Yo,
But
yo,
damn, so
yo.
it blew up pretty heavy on Instagram.
Oh, we
Huh?
got full audio. Are you guys talking?
What up? We're
Yeah.
here.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, yo, everybody, I am so excited. Tonight is the first night that we have two other artists on, okay? You guys know both these people. We have Soji Cup, AKA Kyle Clark, right in the middle here. And we have Brian Ratcliffe, also known as Surfratglass. This guy is both these guys are geniuses. The guy on the right is known for many things in our industry. The guy in the middle is known for probably the cutest little cup I've ever seen in my entire life. Brian actually has his own cup going now too. So we got two cup guys. We actually just discussed this. We got two cup guys on the show.
Oh yeah.
Welcome, guys.
Hey, what's
Hey.
up? Good to see you, Brian.
Yeah. Stoked to be on this one. This is awesome.
We are, just so everybody has an idea of what's going on tonight, we are going to be discussing very, very, not necessarily every little detail and secret of what we got going on in our lives, but we're discussing our brands collectively. We all three are in different places with our brands currently, but we all three have pretty much the same vision in mind: is success, longevity, and making something that not necessarily betters just ourselves and our families, but put something out there that betters the life of everyone else. Whether it's happiness that it brings you, or in Brian's case right now, sheer being wide awake with caffeine, correct?
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, though, thank you guys for joining in. Mics are a little quiet, homie says. Can we get a mic check from everybody?
Whoop whoop.
Yo.
Do we have mics up, everybody? Can everybody
Can
hear
you,
us?
am I coming through clear?
Leafy Kid, can you hear us? I don't know. Are you guys also on YouTube with us too?
I'm not.
I'm reading the comments.
Okay, so we have comments going live in the feed, so that if you pulled up your YouTube page on your computer by you could actually see what people are saying. Everyone, just so
Okay.
everybody knows, tonight we have 12 in here right now. Just so everybody knows, you guys are welcome to communicate with us. We're always down to answer any questions you have. Do you guys have any samples of your work with you currently that you could show off too?
Yeah. I gotta go run. and
Okay,
get it
Brian,
out.
dude, Brian pulls it right out the bag, dude. Brian's got it in the bag, literally.
Boop, boop, boop,
This
boop.
son of a bitch. Where are you at, Kyle?
I mean, I have one that I haven't released right here. I probably won't.
Yo, Brian.
because it's too big.
Show it off, bro. Brian, turn your camera vertical so we can see the full thing. How it was before. Yo, if you guys are on a TV, you should be able to see that pretty large and in charge. I'm on a smaller screen, so it's hard for me to see at the level you guys are seeing it at. But man, yo, these cups are insane, bro. Can you give us the rundown? Kyle, feel free to grab a cup while he's giving us the rundown, bro.
Cool. All right.
Give us the rundown. Can you actually get us closer in on that straw and show us what's going on? Is there a road trip?
No, just went with a rainbow theme on this one.
Man, that thing is sick.
I do have some road trip.
I
ones,
thought it was
though,
a
in the making.
cloud or something there. Is that what it is?
Yeah, just some white dot work.
Oh my
And we got,
god,
like,
dude. I wish I
reversal.
could see it bigger. Oh yeah, there you go. Get it close on it. Yeah, okay. So yo, you're doing these are like, they're not French presses, they're pour overs.
They're pour overs. Pour overs the hottest thing in coffee, I think, right now, is the pour over, because there's this whole process.
Can you go
that
back
goes with it.
horizontal?
Yeah. There's this whole process that goes with it, and it produces some of the best coffee, because you can give that initial pour, you off gas it, then you do your other pour, you pour it on a scale, so you're measuring your like 20 grams of grounds, your 300 grams of water, you get that perfect ratio, and then you're able to produce a consistent cup every time of some of the highest quality coffee. So I've been playing around with trying to bring that more to the borosilicate handmade market, the pipe makers market, or just the the heady cup market. And incorporating with that, enjoying it, trying to bring different ones along the way, and really trying to integrate some collabs in the future, and bring that right to everybody that loves borosilicate, that loves pipes, collects heady glass, pendants, whatever. They can bring that into their daily lives and get hydrated.
Where'd you get the idea? Were you already drinking coffee like this?
I just literally one day made this little one. Actually, I saw something called the Bripe, which was a little brass brew pipe, and it was small and like espresso. And I was like, I want to bring that bigger, but borosilicate. You could set it on the stovetop if you want to, but you can brew like a proper pour over the way Americans brew their coffee, which is a little more water, a little more volume. And you could do it iced too, because I like iced coffee. It's pretty rad how you can just throw ice in like a hot borosilicate cup, or you could literally set it in ice and pour into it, or you can do cold brew with it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were out in Vegas, coffee was like, all right. So I'm not gonna lie, I drink my coffee black and on ice, and so
Yep.
like there was a Dunkin' Donuts like it was like a good like 20-minute walk from where I was at Bally's. And getting like an Uber for it would have ended up costing like I think like $30 to get a cup of coffee or two. So day one, I went and grabbed a gallon of water.
Oh my God!
And I took all the coffee with me because Jared was like,
I remember this.
In there, bro. Bring your coffee.
Didn't bring any coffee. I didn't bring any.
Good job. So your boy brings coffee. And then I was like, I'm like, man, I really don't want to spend like $30 for a cup of coffee. I just refuse to do it. And then I just had an idea. I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally make some cold brew in my little cooler with the gallon of water. So I just took all the coffee, dumped it in there, and went and grabbed a coffee filter from the coffee bar downstairs, and just like made a whole
Bro, didn't you tell me you did it?
brew.
Didn't you tell me you did it in the ice bin?
Yeah, and I did it in the ice bin. I like wrapped it around because they gave me this coffee filter that was like the size of my head. Literally, I could have like worn it around like a coffee man. And so I put it in the ice bin because I knew it was for ice. I wiped it out first, and then I just poured it in there. And I was just like sipping on like a gallon of cold brew the whole time.
Oh my God!
It's like gold because all they have is like Starbucks and whatnot nearby, and all of those coffees are like they're meant to have like cream and whatnot. Oof, man,
Yep.
It's a little rough for me.
Hey, I'm on your YouTube. Are you on? Is the live there, or do I have to have a special pass for it?
No, it's there.
All right, cool.
You know what I need to do though, real quick before we hop any farther? I need to post the link on Instagram. Most people know how to get here. I actually sent out an email. There's 15 people in here right now. I sent out an email this month, email blast off the website. If you haven't signed up, you can go sign up now. It's in the newsletter tab directly in the center of the page. But I did send out an email blast to like 400 plus people, a link and a
Nice. Email blaster where it's at.
How the hell to get
looking
here,
at
you know?
building something that up.
Damn it! I signed out on my freaking YouTube earlier.
All right,
and
I'm
now
in there.
Oh, wait,
I'm
there
in
it
there
is.
now.
Yeah, you
can
see it, right? You see it,
You're
right?
asking if the handle's the straw. I think it is the straw.
Is the
right?
handle a straw? Yeah. Talk more about your design and why the hell you design it the way you do.
All right, so if you put your filter in there, you can drink it directly out. You can load ice in there. You can use it as a handle, but since, if it's for cold brew, you don't have to, or you can hold it up here on the martini flare. Or you can make the world's biggest martini.
I'm trying to post the damn YouTube link on Instagram.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yo,
Yeah,
Kyle, that one's
now,
got a
did-
cloud. That
did
one's
the
got a
design
cloud drawn across
change
the
at all?
bottom. What?
Did you have any was that the original one that you did for the first one?
Oh man, the designs evolved a lot. The first one was just like a really small one where the filter fit all the way into the bottom of the cup, and you basically either just drank it with the filter in there and you just sipped it through.
Yeah.
So it was shorter, and it actually had a 10 mil fitting as the mouthpiece, and that first one like really took off and people were interested in it, and I was like, whoa, here, this is something. And I just posted it on a whim. I made it on a whim. I didn't even anneal the first cup.
I know.
I just wanted to make it and drink out of it.
Yeah. Whenever you're just doing like prototype things.
Wait, was it just a
having fun,
cup originally, and then you thought it could be a pour over? That's what you're saying?
I originally, pour over it into it, but it, the filter fit down into the cup because it was a shorter cup. And then I went and I made a few like this that actually had ice pinches, but that made it a little more difficult to clean out. So I kicked out the ice pinches and really kept with, and I've been changing the angle of the flare and working on different ways to incorporate art into it. Also been working with new equipment to be able to make it not fully by hand, but somewhat lathe made, which is really helping my back and working with that. Because honestly, a lot of this evolution came about because making pendants was just killing my back. And so I was looking for a way to keep making glass, keep doing what I loved, but, not be super sore and worn out at the end of the day.
I got it. Bro, Kyle, that one, you walked away. Kyle, you walked away. That one has a sweet cloud, like physical 3-dimensional cloud drawing on the bottom lower section of it. It looks great. And I honestly, I'm just saying this personally, I love like a beer stein with like a larger knob area on the top and bottom. I don't know if you know what I mean, like classic, like I don't even know what look you'd call it.
Little
But
cap, little part
yeah,
there.
and there's always like a matching one on the bottom. It's like a big handle coming off thing. And I'm not saying I'm saying you're doing a very elegant version of that, but the 3-dimensional sculptural aspect that's on there, man, that sets it off, bro. That's way cool. Like it adds that little bulkiness that I would like from a grip of the bottom part of like a beer stein or like a big beer mug.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of directions to go in it to keep evolving and making new versions and have different series. So I'm pretty stoked on that. But for right now, it's pretty much coffee based. But honestly, I drink a ton of water out of mine as well. I find that the straw helps me just drink more water faster. If I'm like taking vitamins or something, I can swallow them easier. And the summer's all about staying hydrated. It's fucking hot, or at least it was, and it's gonna get hot again. And so I'm trying to drink a lot of water.
When you go to change the design up here and there, and I know you're like, just the filter was there, and like, is there like, I assume there's a bit of like a negotiation with like the functionality with what you were originally saying, and also like the if it's worth it to even take the time to do that for each one, to do 3 of those pinches in it. When it's like, is it really serving its function? It was kind of like goes hand in hand. But do you find it also kind of goes into the other sense of being like, okay, well, if this is going to be a thing, like, are these 3 pinches even really like, should I even be really spending my time doing this,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things I've been doing. So there's another thing I've been doing here, which, as you can see, these spikes I'm doing right here.
Yeah.
Which is actually an air release channel. So there's different ways, depending on how fine you grind your coffee. If you grind your coffee really fine, you're going for a higher extraction rate. It needs that air release channel. If you're doing a little more coarse grind, it doesn't need it as much. So I'm playing around with that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That makes sense. Yeah.
Bro, that straw is so sick. I love the straw.
Thank you. I got other cool ones too. Hold on.
Yeah. I want to see one that's like a lion's head.
All of them gonna have?
What?
I'm kind of curious. Are all of them gonna have that feature with them?
What feature? No, he's saying it's an option. He's saying it's an option. It's an option.
Oh, okay, cool, sweet. So, like that's the other option you can have is for like the aerated part for the side.
Yep, and then this one's crazy. So this one is a sipper and a pour. So you can sip out of this side or use it as a handle, and then you can actually pour out of that side and pour other people. It's larger volume. And so you can make coffee
I saw this one. I saw this one, and I thought to myself, wow.
It's pretty fun. So you can also play with
oh,
the size
shit.
of
Wait a
this.
minute.
It
Now that you
down
moved your
different
hand,
ways.
it's a handle on that side and a spout on the other side.
But the handle is a straw.
Oh, my God.
So you can drink from this side and pour from that side.
Yo,
So
and
you
then
can have
give
your
me a
own
close-up on the
personal coffee
line
and then
work.
pour somebody else a cup as well.
Let me see the line work. That shit is fire. Is it Dichro?
No,
Not yet.
Is that
That's coming
OG
soon.
like? Or okay. I
think it's Dichro.
I thought that was like the old school like. Okay.
Okay, and then it's Rainbow
those are
Jailhouse.
like, that's the like stringer clear, or is that like inside out?
That is a tube encasement, but it's rods with clear in between each one.
Okay.
Bro, that is so
cool.
sick.
Dude,
I love this freaking pour spout, dude. I love the pour spout.
It's fun, and you can pour. I've also done all different kinds. I've done actual.
Okay, so that
double
size,
spouts you can drink
is a
together.
cup, dude. That size is an actual cup. The other ones are like functioning devices and tools. That one, don't get me wrong, they all function, but that one is a cup. That's actually a cup.
Yeah, they all go. And I mean, here's the shorty too.
Fire.
I got a little
Perfect.
stubber.
I would love to have
Come
orange
on.
juice in that in the morning.
I just started drinking my coffee out of straws because I make them at
Really?
home too. And yeah, did you ever?
No.
When we chat in the mornings, I just started drinking my coffee out of straws, right?
Had no
And
idea.
the reason I did that because I'm like, man, every time I go to drink my coffee out of the cup, especially if it's iced coffee, I have to let the ice kind of like, because the ice never like it never like works out. It never like, like it always wants to make a little dam in front of your face, right? It never wants to go vertical. It always wants to go perpendicular. So like you're stuck with your tooth. You gotta like kind of like drink it like that, like that. You gotta hold your tooth out, and you just got coffee on your front teeth all day, all the time. So now I'm like, man, this is gonna like give me coffee teeth, and because I drink a lot of coffee throughout the day. So I'm like, I gotta switch to straws, and right there, honestly, right then off the bat, I'm like, man, I am being smarter with the straw, and then I look at this and I go, oh, that's even better, man, because not only is it with all of the benefits of what you say, the way that you're consuming it is through a straw, which is really the best way to consume coffee, I guess, when it comes to that.
Yeah, man, it definitely helps you not stain your teeth, which is
good. That's a big deal.
Damn, great idea. Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that one, Brian.
Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't marketed that part of it yet, but yeah, that's definitely.
I would market that in a heartbeat, dude. I drink so much coffee, and I totally know it stains my teeth. I see it all the time. I feel like shit about it.
It happens. Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. You should market that.
Right on. Yeah, I'm excited to like develop it. I'm building a blog on the new website. Gonna do an emailer as well. Gonna do probably the like 10% off when people first click there, so that if they want to sign up for the email.
What's the website? What's the company?
pour-evo.com.
Great.
We were talking about the logo right before we went live on it too. So like,
you got a logo? What's the logo?
I don't fully have the logo yet. I've been working on building the website, and my mom does logos for a living, so she really wants to help. We're working towards that, but she's traveling in Utah right now, so we're gonna get there. But it's, I'm definitely listening to what you said before, where I've separated pour and Evo in the .com, and so I want to have like a silhouette in between the two words.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, man. That's very cool.
It's fun. I've definitely been jumping into it all the way, except for the podcast I've been doing live on Instagram too.
Okay, you've done a podcast.
Produce that audio.
You have two podcasts though. You have a podcast that's e-bike, and you have a podcast, and you have a podcast that's for glass now.
Yeah, the e-bike thing was my passion project and a way of practicing to get better at being on camera and talking. I'm still doing it. It's a passion project, and I do advertise the coffee thing on it. It's my way of connecting to the mountain bike industry that I know I may be a teeny little part of.
Okay.
I was the first mover in the e-bike podcast space. And people are acknowledging that. It's been about 2 years now. I've got about 41 episodes.
Baller. I've listened to some of them.
Yeah, they're cool. I've done quite a few different interviews with people that own shops, that run race teams, that are other podcasters as well that love e-bikes and stuff. And I just like e-bikes because it's like floating on a wave of electricity up the hill, and then you just get to rage down it, and it's so fun. And they're just getting super rad, and some people hate them, some people like them.
Kyle's got the skateboards.
Yeah, I got a couple of them.
This dude can ride the shit too. I cannot ride it.
What?
I don't think I could ride it, bro.
Honestly, they're not as bad as you would think. Honestly,
I don't know how to stop.
It's got a little brake.
It does brake too.
Yeah.
It's not just like a run out.
It's like a brake. It's not bad. You know what I mean?
I didn't know it could actually brake.
You got the one wheel, right? You still on the one wheel?
Yes. But what I'm saying is that
we're all riding on the electric wheel.
Bro, I ate shit on a friend of mine's one wheel, on Austin Kelly's one wheel.
I ate shit on Lerk's one wheel.
Oh yeah. I crashed over on the road, like over on Taft.
Oh.
Yeah, probably 6 months ago. Really messed myself up. And then I sold the one wheel, and then I went like I went like 2 or 3 months, and I was like, "Yo, I missed that thing," so I built another one out.
Did you?
The one I have now is red. Here, I'll show it to you. It's fresh. It has like 2 miles on it.
Nice. Yeah, man, I've done some crazy interviews with dudes on the EUCs too, the electric unicycles. Ooh, that one looks good.
It's red and white.
I like it. I want to ride one again. I think if I wasn't messing with the power stage, I'd be pretty good. Like I I was liking it.
Wait, hold on. How are we gonna skip over what he just said?
What?
Did you just say electric unicycles?
Oh, bro,
You haven't seen those?
I wish you could show him the video of that dude jumping that big dirt jump.
Time.
Okay. That's an electric unicycle. I was thinking something like way different. Like I guess I've never heard of.
There's not a chair that goes up high. The chair is low. Dude, this all interconnects.
Wait a minute, there's a chair on it?
You can sit down. There's like
I thought that dude was
We're talking. Hold on. Tell me what your electric unicycle that you're talking about is. It has a chair?
No, it doesn't have a chair, but there's a little pad that you could sit down if you wanted to for long distances. But they mostly stand up, and they have all these like pads to help control it because it's like the one wheel where you lean forward and it goes, and you lean back and it slows down.
Okay, so and they're like around like this big, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't know why, but as soon as I heard you say electric unicycle, because I used to ride a unicycle here and there.
Oh, you gotta ride one then. You gotta
drive
one.
Well, I'm just assuming like a full size unicycle, and someone's just like on the chair, you know?
No, the chair's like super minimal to it, but it's there. These things have like 150-mile range.
I mean, is it technically a unicycle if it doesn't have a chair?
It's the EUC. It's just one wheel. So
okay,
I mean,
tell me who the guy is. You obviously know the dude's name by heart. Who jumped the dirt jump?
Shibby Time. SHIBBY time.
Shibby Time.
Yeah, I watched that.
The guy jumps a freaking mountain bike, downhill mountain bike, full freestyle jump, dude, onto.
Yeah.
It was off of a wood jump onto a dirt landing.
Yeah, it was a huge downhill mountain bike jump, and he's sending all these. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And his girl's like, wow.
She's like cleared like a taco or something.
Those are words. Yeah.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah, it's good. So I guess we're all riding the electric wave.
Dude, good. That guy could have easily cleared like a Suburban with
he's
the
evil
height
and
and distance of that all day.
And the crazy thing is, I don't recommend it, but he rides with no helmet too. I'm like, everybody else is riding with full pads, full face helmet, like motorcycle gear, and he's running just a hat. The dude's pretty crazy, obviously, and skilled. You have to be like a unicycler. So I interviewed a guy named La Lexina. He's from Vegas. He builds these pads to be able to control them because, like, you need pads around your legs because when you lean forward or lean back, you need really good control. And so he builds the pads for him and all the things, and he does some other crazy jumps. But, like, yeah, it's a really evolving sport that you basically have to have a background in unicycles pretty much to be able to deal with it.
Dude, I tried to ride a 10-foot tall unicycle because I was like into riding unicycles. It was a terrible idea.
Did you ever work at a bike shop?
I think it was like 6 or 7 foot tall. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, I tried.
You know, I own a tall bike too. I own a tall bike.
Like, you know what?
I said I own a tall bike.
Oh yeah, that's right. The double decker, right?
Yeah, I'm saying you could
fun.
ride your unicycle. I could ride my tall bike.
Wait, are we supposed to be talking? So, anyways, the coffee. Evo.
No, and back to Soji cups here.
Yeah, Kyle, that's what we were waiting on. Did you bring any of your cup in?
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, let's see that cup. Oh wait.
Show the cup.
Can you show?
Yo, I love your RGB in the corner, dude. I need some RGB. Woo! Damn, that thing is fresh, bro. What is that? Tangy and purple?
That is Tangy and Royal Jelly.
Blowout Tangy?
No, that's just solid Tangy, honestly.
No clear.
No clear out this one.
Just orange?
Brought it old school.
Wait a minute. Wait, what? Where'd you get the
orange.
two? Oh, Orange Crush?
No, just orange. Well, no, I mean, I'm sorry. It's Tangy, but it's just the Tangy. It's not like clear coat or anything.
Wow.
But the Royal Jelly has a very thin coat.
Wow.
So I got that guy. These
Holy
two were
freaking crap. Wow. Yo, I love, and I told you this the other day. I love wide eyes on a character, and I love those with the wider eyes like that. I love that, dude. Fresh.
I wish I could that light's a little bright, but Yeah, it's clarified slime and royal
So,
jelly.
yo, talk about this because this gives you the stage. There might be glass blowers in here right now. There might not be. I'm not sure, but if you don't mind, talk about your clarifying technique with some of these colors because you've talked about it for years, but you've never had a platform to speak freely and go balls deep about it.
Yeah. Like honestly, this is like one of those things where I don't really talk about it that much because I don't really like I didn't feel like too confident in it. I just thought it was something cool. I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. And essentially, like it goes back in the day when like slime was like the coolest color on the palette
Yep.
little ways back, and I was trying to because there was something like I was like really fascinated with slime when I was working on the rod, and then the end of the rod would be this like glowing like green, But I don't know. I'm finicky about colors a lot, So when I see just like solid slime work, then I'm kind of just like that kind of looks like kiwi, and kiwi is the more opaque version of slime as well that Troutman made for a while. So I had worked Kiwi a little bit, at that time, and I was really searching for something. So I did a little research and asked a few friends. Well, not research. I meant like back then kind of research, which is like I tried talking to a few artist friends of mine about it. And the one person that led me in the right direction was Daddio. So him and I were chatting one day, and I was asking him how he gets his slime to kind of like have a because like both you guys probably notice like slime is like opaque and then it has like translucent and then transparent qualities to it that are
Yes.
like sort of secondary, right?
Yep.
Especially if you sleeve it. I mean, if you sleeve it, there's like none of like you kind of lose the secondary too.
You're saying
And
if
then
you
get
sleeve
more
it,
of
it
a
stays
kiwi
opaque.
color. What?
You're saying if you sleeve it, it stays opaque. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And you lose a lot of that pop that you normally would uh with what I was referring to earlier on the rod, how it kind of was like, like that glowing green, but not cloudy. So he was chatting with me and he was telling me, he was like, oh, yeah, well, what I do is I take a piece of 50 mil and I stripe it, and then I'll stripe it with clear. He's like, I'll stripe it in clear, melt it, stripe it with slime, melt it, stripe it with, and then he's like, I'll do 5 layers of that. And, not like 5 layers each, but like slime, clear, slime, like all the way through. And he's like, after I'm done with that, I'll pull it down and then I'll use it. I was like, okay, cool. So I started using it like that, and then I started thinking about it more once I started getting more crucible tubing, and then I realized I'm like, okay, it hit me where I was like, if slime can go clear and transparent when they take a piece of clear and dip it in a crucible and pull it, but it won't really do that much. I mean, it will when you do like vac stacks and stuff like that if you really work it down, but it's much more difficult. But I'm like, if it will do that when it's in that kind of scenario, I wonder what it would be like if you really like blew it like out like wide and then just did it flip flopped where you sleeved, you blew some slime out to being like, 55 mil wide and like probably like 3 mil thick or 2 mil thick, and then sleeve that over 50 mil. You know what I mean? And like vac sleeve it and then see how that would work. And depending on your variations of how thick of what you sleeve it over and how thick the slime is when you go to sleeve it over the clear, you get different qualities in it. Like, I have 2 different variants in the shop right now. If you want me to grab them real quick, just kind of
Yeah. Grab a piece. But yo, real quick, you're saying real quick before you leave.
Post yourselves.
All right, I'll wait. Do you understand what he's saying?
I do understand what he's saying. Slime is a fickle color, man, and if
Do you not agree that slime needs a
likes
reducing flame?
it definitely needs a reducing flame, and it needs to be cleaned really well before
Yes.
you use it. And what about sleeving like kiwi over slime? That would be an interesting.
No,
one
I've
as
seen
well.
people do shit like that for sure. I'm saying slime itself though. If you rock slime and like I used to coil pot it, and I would coil pot it, reducing flame, clean it up in the coil pot and get it to nice tubing material in a reducing flame, and you couldn't even tell it was coil potted. It looked so good.
Yeah, it's good. I really like that sunset slime piece we
Love
made
sunset
back
slime.
in the day, man. That one was fun. That turned out
I like
really
the
nice.
sunset slime. That was vac stack tubing.
It worked out.
It worked out great. I think the vac stack lines look good. I just recently did a lemon drop lurk with that. Oh, bro, did you get any of the orange from Molten Aura?
I did not. What do you think of it so far?
Oh, okay. So real quick, we'll talk about it, and Kyle will talk about it too. I know he has one there made out of it. I had issues with it. I was in the middle of a piece, and I picked it up in the kiln, and it exploded right in the kiln. Oh, here he is. Okay, Kyle, real quick. You're telling me I want to be clear as day here. Are you saying that you prep slime, hollow like a blowout, and then sleeve
Solid
it over?
slime.
Yeah, and then
Clear.
sleeve it over 50.
Yeah.
Amazing idea. Amazing.
Yeah.
Idea.
Thank you. Yeah.
No clear on the surface.
No clear on the surface.
Oof.
And that's scary. That is really scary. So like when you are kind of limited, but just like a lot of other colors, you just kind of learn to tango with it. You know what I mean? So like blue slime is a bitch. There's so many blue slimes. Like I have a blue slime cup. I have like so many blue slime cups over here that like I have like 3 Soji blue slime cups that I have never even posted just because it didn't like stand up to my quality. But for the sake of the example, I'll show you.
Yo, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I don't know if your volume's up loud enough.
I can hear you.
So,
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Could you also, while you're at it, just so we can see it, can you grab the Molten Aura orange cup?
Oh, you made one? Nice.
Out of the new orange.
I wasn't releasing that one. The bottom's a little weird. But for the sake of the matter,
can you just show the color?
Yeah. I'm not going to release this one. Like the bottom, it was strange a little. The color was a little sketchy.
Yeah, the color's weird, bro. I don't like it.
The color's sketchy.
Let me give me 1 minute though. Let me give you the example of the slime real quick.
Yeah, show some.
Let's see this.
Really appreciate
this.
No,
come close on the camera. We can see.
Yeah, bring it up in.
Light.
No, your light's amazing, bro. The light's amazing. There it is.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
so
the money
it's
shot.
Kind of hard to see.
Oh my god, dude,
it's
it looks
actually
great.
2 different shades of green. It's so hard to see.
Ooh, it looks good though.
It looks amazing,
especially
bro.
It's so hard to describe. I mean, honestly, I wish I had a picture of it and I could post it or something like that in the chat or something. But it has a variance on like how thick you want to do it. So it's like. And it's so subtle. Like if I were to use both of those colors as like
you could post a photo of it, I think,
or something, it would be very obvious. You would be able to tell them like, well, I mean, very obvious for us. But if it was like someone else, they might not pick up on it. But it's very subtle. But with that being said, like so with all the other slimes, they have that same effect. And so then I started doing this about like 4 or 5 years ago. And I started experimenting with a whole bunch of other colors just to see what the effects were. Everything from like all the weird China colors that they released to like I did it with like the Mediterranean when they released it, and a lot of the Molten Aura colors, like the whole scale of everything in between too. And especially when it comes to striking colors, and that's another thing too is a lot of striking colors, they give you an even crazier effect where it's like a translucent striking color, like a lot of the striking colors, like amber purple or whatnot, that would be like so striky on the surface, and it would be like questionably translucent. You know what I mean? But if you hold it to light, it's transparent, but it has like waves through it. Well, when you like clarify, obviously it gives the same effects, and it still gives you control over the strikeability of it, which is kind of the similar effects of what the old school ways of where you would just stripe it on, and that gives it a cool effect with those really strong striking colors as well. But so anyways, before I got off on that tangent about clarification, I'll go grab the Sunstone.
Yo, wait, what other colors do you recommend to do that with, or do you not want to talk about it? If you don't want to talk about it, no big deal. But you could, if you want to, tell people it's cool.
So the slime colors, purple lilac's another good one. You have to be careful though, because purple lilac's a little finicky.
That purple lilac is sketchy, yeah, in general. Yo, and
what I was just saying about those striking colors, like Aquatic Carnival and we lost Brian, I think.
I'm back.
And like Aquatic Carnival and all those like crazy weird striking colors that are like OG, it gives it a whole different effect, man. And I haven't even like started really diving into that spectrum of things, because it's when you do it like a blowout, you know what I mean, and then blow it out, and then you clarify it, like it gives you a whole different field of like playing with things when it comes to like eventually what I allude to when it comes to things like that, of what I'm talking about with clarification, is it brings the level of like sleeving it over other colors with a whole different realm of things. Like, so like if you were to like do what I was saying and clarify that over like an opaque like color, like say red or something, it would give it a whole different field of spectrum now and workability versus before it would look like striping. This is where I get weird and finicky. It would look like striping and it wouldn't really like have the same effect as much as it would be like clarified. But I guess I kind of like get a little technical when it comes to those things. But some of those things, like when you're describing colors, are like so hard to like put into words and have it not sound like it's like, well, it I don't know, difficult to describe.
Solo, have you tried fuming heavy on the clear core before you sleeve it, like nice thick gold or anything like that?
That would be insane.
I don't think I have. That'd
be crazy.
No, not really. Because I mean, honestly, the bluish glow that comes from the slime already when you clarify it, like it kind of like has like a lot of the things that you would normally want from fuming it. You know what I mean? Like that,
right, totally.
That glow. And that's what I was really like. I was trying to hunt after was that fumey like glow that comes from slime. You know,
I guess that application would be more for like the brighter colors, like an amber purple or a transparent orange or a transparent ruby color or something like that.
Yeah. You know, honestly, when it comes to what I was saying earlier with those striking colors and like clarifying them and then sleeving those on other colors, I like that's a whole realm that I'm kind of like putting in the back of things because the way that I'm like unraveling out the brand, like I want people to understand what's actually happening because like it's unless you're like really hooked to it, it's kind of, or not like really hooked to it, it's kind of a bad way, unless you're like really like into the colors, it would be hard to sort of equate the value of what's actually happening until like you establish this sort of baseline of saying like, look, this is what red looks like, and this is what my product, that my branded item looks like when it's red. But now this is what I did to it, and so this is what it's in comparison to what it is before. Versus if I were to do these things that I kind of sort of have in like this crazy book of mine, like right off the bat, like people wouldn't be able to like really appreciate it that much, or even value it.
I feel the same way. That's how
value to it, you know?
And that's part of
the rarity of it.
That's important. Yeah, that's part of building that brand and like slowly educating your customers, consumers, and collectors so that they can see what it's like normal. And then when you go that extra mile, hopefully they'll respect it later. So like keeping it in your pocket for later, maybe.
I was the exact same way with
I want to have it so it's kind of like how like even like Crayola or like for example like Glass Alchemy, they have like they use Shelbo's goblin heads, you know what I mean? Like I kind of want it to be something that people can use the structure of what Soji is to equate to these different things. So like essentially,
yeah.
You know, like so using that to as like the educational basis like model to base it off of.
Are you doing limited editions for colors, or is there just one per color? How's that going for you?
Basically, it's one per color with its unique like features. As it is right now, I have every order that I send out, I include one Soji that has a white eye, and I haven't really like told many.
What's
people
the white
that.
you're using?
What?
What's the white?
Oh, you know the white.
The Lotus. You bought it.
The Lotus.
You got the Lotus. No, wait. Are they selling that again? Did they sell?
He's got a plug.
So hard to get.
What?
So
you got a
hard to
Lotus
get.
plug? Damn.
Do I have a Lotus plug?
Yeah, you got it for me.
Oh, you're the plug. Yeah, you're the color plug. You are.
I got. Hold on one second. I got.
Okay, I'll go grab some sunstone real quick.
All right. Yeah, I'm interested to see the sunstone because I
Yo,
held
this
off
is how
on the
much
sunstone.
Lotus I got right now.
Damn. Straight meditating on the Lotus. Yeah, you're playing your little Lotus guitar.
Yo, I got some heat. Look at this too. Hold up. But very clear before he comes back, bro. That orange checked on me in the kiln, bro. Like it was laying in the kiln, hot, cooking, and I picked it up. I picked it up and it went, and I was like, oh damn. Okay, so but very clearly, look, I'll show you. I've been making tons of pendies with it. I got a bunch of pendies here.
Okay, well at least you found a good use for it, man. If people don't know, I've been around for quite a while, and
pomegranate. No, I'm kidding. That's the orange. Look.
So the orange.
Pomegranate.
Now,
no,
just when it's that thick, it stays pretty red. Is that what's going on?
That's the closest I got it to orange right there.
Okay.
So that's an hour at 1070.
What if you were to like sleeve it over clear? Would it stay more orange then?
That's what Kyle and I are talking about.
Oh, it's like a clear rod.
But I know I'm saying, Kyle, clarify it.
So I did that with pomegranate once, and that's kind of what Jared and I have been kind of like chatting about. This is it seems like it's like a fumy pomegranate, you know. When I did it with pomegranate, I didn't really like get it to strike out much at all, you know. Okay. But I might, yeah, I'll probably try it with the sunstone.
I think if you clarified it, it would work well.
I think it would too, yeah.
You guys, I'm actually just permanently scarred from buying expensive colors and having them just completely bork on me. So I appreciate that you guys are getting in line and trying these right away. You bought what?
I bought 8 pounds.
Well, you'll find a way to make it work.
No, I already I'm turning 7.5 pounds of it into pendants right now.
Nice. That's where it's at.
Looks great. Yeah, it looks like freaking light pomegranate with some fume on it. Come closer. Bring the light right up on it. What the hell? It's literally light. It's pomegranate light. Do you remember they used to have that color?
Hard to, like, show. Oh, here. I gotta.
They literally used to have a color called pomegranate light.
Yes, they did.
And that was it. It's that's it.
Light Elvis as well. Light Elvis was pretty sweet.
Dude, I was gonna say, bro, it's so funny you said that, Brian. Brian, when we first got it and I lit up in the flame, I said, dude, this reminds me of like orange Elvis or red Elvis. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I said the same thing. Yeah,
Did we just say orange Elvis at the same time? I read your lips as I was saying it. Is that it? Is that a stick of it?
A weird color that came out.
Bro,
of it.
that looks fucking real weird, dude. That looks like some weird funky gold fume. Brian, that's a great idea though. What about gold fuming on that? Right? I bet that would look fire.
Yeah,
look good.
Yeah, that probably would look good.
The gold fume. Not everybody on here knows probably fume. The silver is blue. And there's 22 people in here. The silver fume is blue, but when the gold added in, it brings out a really heavy pink, almost orangish tone sometimes.
Yep. An orange to pink
I'm pretty
fade.
sure that's where like the gold and gold ruby is, but it's almost like a green tone at some points. That right there, I think if you gold and silver fumed that orange, even the clear, like you were saying, Brian, and then got the color over it and trapped the fume up in it, money. That shit would look insane, possibly. Possibly look like shit too, but that's why I said possibly at the end.
No, one of the secrets with gold for me and my experimenting is first you're fuming with like a really tight premix flame, but also the first time you fume with that nip of gold, you're going to get more of those really reflective, pinkish orange. And then as it goes, it's going to get more and more orange as you fume off that little nip. And then eventually it's not as good.
Okay.
There's like a life of the little nip of gold.
I wish I could sit around and listen to you talk about fume for hours. I'm
Yeah.
serious,
I don't do it
dude,
much anymore,
I'm
but
horrible
I fume
at it.
a lot, right? Yeah.
I'm horrible at fume.
Have you fumed any Evos?
No fumed Evos yet. It'd be fun to do like a full fume sleeve so that you got like a really nice fade and thing, but
wow, interesting.
I'm enjoying
with
the clear
coffee.
at the moment.
With the coffee, come on.
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen.
Where are you at?
It's a lot of variability to fume, and not yet. I'm enjoying the clear, and I'm enjoying the colors too.
You just ran out of silver or gold. That's all it is.
No, I got it. I bought out this glass blower 10 years ago, and he gave me enough gold wire that I'm still using it.
Wow. I had a silver coin that I think someone lifted out of my toolbox, dude.
Really?
Oh.
Well, the silver coins are cheap, and the silver bullion is cheap too.
Silver's cheap right now, I think, in general.
Yo, I told you you owed me a coin of fucking silver. You're lucky it was just that.
No, well, that's an easy thing to just snatch, you know, and be like, oh, that's worth some money. Looking at all this chopped up milli and shit, people don't even know what the fuck they're looking at, you know? But that's the money, obviously, is all the chopped up milli.
The milli is money.
Damn.
Okay,
There she goes.
so yo, but anyways, just to keep us on track here because the night is moving on. We are, just so you guys know, we're an hour and 12 minutes in. Are you guys doing good so far?
What? Yeah, doing well.
Okay, cool. I told, just so everybody that's watching, there's 20 people in here right now, at least 20 people. I told Brian and Kyle we were going to keep it short, but if they're doing okay, we're going to just keep moving along. What we wanted to come on here and talk about is basically what these two guys just showed off, which is their branded items. And then I wanted to discuss with you guys your thoughts recently on your brands and kind of where you want to take it, and like moves you've been interested in making, or maybe some like tools or equipment you've recently bought to better yourself, and kind of where your head's at. Brian, I know you bought a lathe recently, and I wanted to talk to you about that. And Kyle, I know you have some equipment in the way of like shirt printing, and I know you haven't dove into that, but that's something you've talked about where maybe like low production of shirts as they're made to order is a great idea, which I think is a freaking insane idea. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I want to hear about that lathe, by the way, too. But
he got a one-armed lathe, bro. He got a one-armed lathe.
Oh, you got the Mike Peterson.
It's not that. I'd actually like to use the Mike Peterson in conjunction with it, but this is an older American lathe thing that was like the one-sided lathe, or it was called the Bumblebee. But then I put it on like caster bearings, so like CNC bearings, so I can roll it back and forth.
Sweet.
In and out of the flame, and it's been really pretty fun. It's not as good as a real lathe, and basically, but it's going to be a part of my manufacturing process, so I can have a lathe and do one part on there, and then pass it over to the one-arm lathe and do the flare, and I don't have to worry about the chuck on the other side or clearance or any of that. And so I've got it all ready, and it'll be a nice like addition to my studio.
Great idea. I didn't even think about that. Great idea.
But yeah, to go back to what you were just talking about, like when it came to like t-shirts and whatnot, a little while ago we were talking about Jared and I were talking about stickers, and this was it was at the time I was really about like trying to make all of my small things even like in-house. I was like, yeah, this would be really cool. It'll be like my touch into it. I ended up buying equipment to like make stickers, and like nothing too crazy, but just enough to like get me by on it.
Like a plotter? Or what type of thing?
Well, yeah, it was that. It has a plotter to it. It's called a design and cut. I got it a while ago, but
nice.
I got that amongst like a bunch of other things. Like it started with a laser engraver.
Ooh,
and,
nice.
Yeah, the equipment right there. Are you able to show it off or no?
It's over there. Yeah, it's over there. Can you
turn your camera, or no? Do you not feel comfortable?
Oh no, it's stashed away. I have to.
Oh, that's not
get
your
a new
setup.
hookup
It's
for
not
the
your
laser.
setup right there.
Yeah, no, it is my setup, but the laser isn't set up right now. I just bought a new actual laser itself, a laser head, but the connector is different, so I have to buy an adapter for the connector. So, but I do have some of the things that I've laser engraved.
You have two studios then, basically, is what you're saying. You have an outdoor studio, glass blowing, and an indoor studio that is like digital work, correct?
I mean, kind of three, I guess, when you would say it. I have this area where I do all my digital stuff. I design all my stuff. I edit videos and do all my videos and whatnot in here. And I have my computers in here as well. And so this is sort of my office studio. And then I also have a different area of the house that is dedicated to like sandblasting and all of like my cold working. So for all of my Sojis, I actually grind my joints out. I've always liked to grind my joints out, but I recently had this like aha moment where I was like, man, I want to grind these joints out.
What do you mean grind your joints out? What do you mean?
With a joint grinder. Like, so there's this tool that you can use to essentially give your joints the hand ground look, like how like scientific glass joints. See, like a lot of times in the past, in like Flow magazine and stuff growing up, there would be guys that would have like silica paste they would build up, and then they would grind it out. They would have like a fitting, and then they'd have like a graphite thing, and they fit it, and they grind it out. And I think when Two Stroke was doing a class, he was like showing people how to do that. Remember, I didn't take that class, but I was in the same area. So I started learning, and then I started like incorporating it into what I was doing, because I liked the idea that after you smoke out of a rig for a while, the nail starts to kind of like go around the place sometimes, even if it's a great joint on joint action, you know what I mean? Like, but if
Yep.
it's not hand ground and it's, a lot of times you kind of have to like lock it in, and that kind of made me uneasy. I didn't like the fact of like locking a nail in sort of place without having like some sort of friction to hold it in there besides tension. And then keep in mind, you're also heating the area up that's holding it, and then it's cooling down. Like, it's just bad news.
I think that's what blows them up. I think that's what blows them up.
Yeah. And so I just decided to think to myself, I was like, okay, so what's the best approach for it? So I started grinding them out a long time ago, and then I started grinding the cups out, but the cups are completely straight up and down. Usually what I would do is I would grind my joint before I would put it on there. So I would just like have the drill with the joint on there with the graphite paste, and just like, or not the graphite paste, the silica paste, and then just drill it, give it a nice grind, and then go and use it after I cleaned it, obviously. But with the cups, it wasn't so much like that. And then so I would have to hold the cup with the drill at this strange angle. And then I remembered I saw this guy who was a scientific glass blower, and I saw him on Instagram a while ago, and then I saw this machine that was a scientific joint grinding machine. Have you ever seen one of those?
No.
I've seen some cool ones, yeah.
Okay, so it's like,
Is it electric?
it's the joint grind. What?
Is it electric?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's either electric or pneumatic. One
These
of the
aren't
two.
hand tools. You're saying you're putting in an electric drill.
No, this is like you literally load the joint into it, and then you have this other thing, and it's like a machine that you like load it into, and it does it. Essentially, what it is it's like a machine that has like a little spigot that shoots out water while it grinds. And it's like a lathe. Essentially, they're both completely perfect, and then it ground out. And I was like, "Holy shit, that's interesting." I liked the concept, and I always like the concept. I always have of jigs or custom like bridges that hold things or shape things into place. Something that's external from the fallible things that human bodies have from long periods of time for a specific accuracy, like if you're shooting a shot like an arrow or something, that's one thing, but if you're grinding a joint and you have to be like at the perfect angle and like not moving, that's kind of a little unrealistic when it comes to grinding out in a position like this. So I thought to myself, I kind of had this aha moment, where I was like, what if I got a drill press and then just did it like that, But I was like, holy shit! Like, obviously, the first thing that comes to my mind when you're like, you're gonna put this thing in a drill press, is this thing's gonna be like spinning around or some shit. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just get like the lowest powered one. So I got the lowest powered one. I put it on the slowest setting, and so I just take my time and I hold it into a place. I have this jig that holds it into place, and I just very lightly. And then I just put it in and out like that. So that was another piece of equipment I recently acquired for the business. And that was a good move too, honestly, because it brought my efficiency up dramatically.
Nice.
And I have a problem with I literally lose sleep at night for small little details like that. It sounds absolutely ridiculous and very manic but I lose sleep over that stuff. So now doing this, it's more than just an investment for my business. It's an investment for me to have a bit of peace at night when I go to sleep over something like that, because I'm taking my human variables out of it now. And now I have a piece of machinery that will help me make sure it's as perfect as it can be.
So is the bit that you're using to grind it, is that metal? Or is that glass?
It is. You want? Here, I can grab it real quick.
Now, JBB Tools or I can't. Is that who it is? Originally Herbert Arnold made one originally that has the water jet in it as well. That so you hook it up and it sprays the water and does the whole thing. I mean, Glasscraft used to sell them, but yeah, Herbert Arnold.
So, I got it off a Blast Shield.
Okay, so it's Blast Shield.
It might have been ABR, either ABR or Blast Shield. It might have been, one of the two. I always confuse the two companies. Yeah. Now that was a scientific one, so this one is essentially vertical. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Like a tub of water underneath it.
Yeah, no, I do it after it's done because if I did it previously, when I go to work it, it's a lot of heat because these joints are really thick in comparison to the top of the cup, and I can't puff or else it completely ruins the whole aesthetic of it, you know? So, yo, there's
Drill
this
press is where
move
it's
that
at. They're good.
there's a move that I, what? No, it's completely straight up and down. The joint? No, it's not directly center, but it's directly up and down though. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. I before I put it in, I essentially line it up going down to it, and then I get started.
Sorry, guys. Mike was down.
Really,
Also,
it's like it's not a whole lot. It's just like you're really just like grinding a little bit. You're not like really grinding much. You're more or less just making sure
How many
you're
seconds?
applying friction to it. You know.
Giving it that bit of tooth. Too,
How many
so it doesn't
seconds?
twist.
How many seconds? Depends. They vary sometimes. The crushed opal ones, I end up going a little bit slower on because I don't want them to get that hot.
Brian made a comment. Brian made a comment while you were away that Herbert Arnold used to make the same exact thing.
With the water jet in it.
Yeah. I can only imagine how much that was.
It's like, yeah, $300 or $400, something
That's
like that.
it?
I think so. I could be wrong. We'll see. It was. I mean, that was
like
10
the
years
equivalent
ago.
of what I paid for my whole setup. For these. Oh, so these are the joints, by the way. So essentially, yeah, it's metal, but it has these little valleys in it, like kind of hard to see.
Okay, cool. And is it just steel?
Does it wear down?
I believe it's steel, yeah.
And
Kinda
you're using
hard to
like
see.
a grinding
There we go.
compound as well?
Yeah. What the hell do you're literally shoving this in the thing and you're spraying some water in there with like a fucking hairspray or what?
No. So back in the day, here you go, grinding compound. You can actually get
There you
this
go.
at Home Depot and
I
Lowe's.
think I've seen this at Home Depot.
Yeah, you can get it. Yeah, it's grinding compound.
Okay, but that works.
Oh yeah, well this is how you're supposed to do.
Okay, and then now, how
Besides, the water jet one.
do you use a tool? You use a glass tool to measure it as you're going, or you use a quartz banger?
I mean, they all have pretty much the same setting on like where it sets on the joint, But I always check it out with the joint.
You check it every
I think it's
every
really
couple
fine.
seconds of drilling, is what I'm saying.
No, once it gets to a point where I'm like, okay, almost all of these set right here where it's at on the, because you can kind of see where it gets used a lot. It has like some remainder, grinding compound on the top and whatnot, But for the most part, it goes like deep, and then it allows it just to set perfect.
Okay.
So it goes pretty much all the way.
It's dope. And hey, Solo, you can tilt the base, like the base for your drill press, so that you could like line it up and maybe even, I don't know. You were saying you have a jig that kind of holds the cup in place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a jig that holds it there, but I also use it with my hand in case like I don't want it to catch.
Yeah.
So if it does catch, it just stops. It's on it's a belt driven, but it's like such a low. Yeah, it's such a low setting. It doesn't even have teeth to like grind it at. So like, or to grip the belt at. So yeah, it just stops and I just turn it off. It's easy.
Nice.
But,
yeah, I use a drill press to finish out the parts on DOS pedal as well. So.
Oh, nice, very cool. Yeah.
I used the drill press once in my entire life. What are you sipping on? Is that a sponsored beverage, or do you have duct tape over the label?
Now check this out. Hydrogenated water. It's not carbonated. It's with hydrogen.
Damn, bro. I think we just made a commercial. It's not carbonated. It's hydrogenated.
Get hydrogenated.
Get hydrogenated.
Does it taste any different?
The bubbles are smaller.
Smaller bubbles.
Look how big those bubbles still are, though.
They don't accost you. The bubbles are smaller when you sip it. It's nice.
They look massive in there.
You.
They look massive.
Think about it, though. Like, why would you want to fill your body with carbon dioxide? Maybe as well fill it with someone else. Like, if you're going to drink something bubbly.
I love the idea.
Well, actually, your body is majority. It's actually more oxygen by mass, but it's actually more hydrogen by weight.
So why
in
not
you-
put a
in the
little
human
extra?
body.
'Cause,
What?
I mean, I don't know, just the whole carbon dioxide thing. I mean, we're playing with carbon dioxide all day. Carbon monoxide.
I did that fact
Your
up
bubbles
for
look
oxygen
massive.
problem.
Dude,
I know
look
the
how
bubbles
big those
look big,
bubbles
but
are.
the tongue feel they're small. You know.
Oh, the bubbles on your
No.
tongue. Kyle,
Yeah.
Kyle, come on, look how big the bubbles are.
Don't look at my bubbles. That's why I gotta fume this cup.
Yeah.
Or put some grenadine in it.
Yeah, right. For sure.
So, Jared, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think the best thing that you've done for your brand has been?
I think I told you this
Yeah.
before. I think the first thing was building a website, but very clearly the big thing was starting the. I think your mic is echoing, or your speakers are echoing into your mic, Kyle.
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Just pull your
That's
mic
why
away
I'm
from your
rocking these
speakers.
things. So what were you saying, JB?
What I was saying is
Lerk.
starting the LLC, and the reason why I say that is when I got the paperwork in the mail. You know, I'm young, dude, and I know you guys are young, obviously, your own regards, especially with your entrepreneurship. Like, I don't mean young in age. I mean I'm young in my I've never owned businesses and shit. You know what I mean? Like publicly owned businesses. So when I got the LLC paperwork, that felt real good. You know, like that was seeing CEO, president of this company from the government was sweet, and then starting the website. And we've always talked about this. We've had big cartels and stuff where we'll pop some pendants up, or we'll have like an Etsy where we don't mind Etsy like profiting off of every little thing that happens on our page. You know, we don't care about that. But as you grow into your brand, the website was the big one. And I still am editing it a lot. Like I just for maybe the fourth or fifth time sent out an email the other day. The blast email, which is something that most companies do like weekly. Some even do daily, you know?
Yeah, I got to get on that. And another cool thing about like registering it and stuff is that with some e-commerce websites like Shopify and Squarespace and stuff, once you do that and you have that tax number, then they can automatically add the tax onto your purchases, and it's like all done for you. But if you don't do that, they can't really do that for you. So it's like a big advantage that way, is just streamlining your sales process.
That's cool. I charge Colorado-based tax on where I live and like the county we live in, and I just kind of host to that. But I take it statewide.
Okay.
I don't know if you collect taxes or anything. I don't know if you do retail sales. Like if you don't do retail sales, you don't legitimately have to collect taxes. If all you do is wholesale, you don't have to collect taxes. But if you have like a public website and you're publicly selling retail, like I don't mean just selling to friends here and there or like people that you meet across the internet. I'm saying if you are directly like retailing merchandise, shirts, hats, multiple
you need
items,
to collect tax and pay it.
Yeah, you should at least at a state level. At least at a state level.
Yeah, and that's kind of the big move I'm making with Poor Evo, is I want to get that more professional sales passage that makes it look legit.
You want to go website.
I mean, I'm actively building it right now.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Like,
and Kyle, do you have a website?
Me?
You have a website, correct?
Oh, I got a website.
Soji, it's sojicup.com, or is it soji.cup?
Oh no, it's sojicup.com.
Sojicup.com. Okay. I was telling Brian that I really like. I've seen this recently, and this has been very recently, dude. Like in the past maybe couple years that I've seen this, where people are making their websites like I think Elbow has it, elbow.glass.
Yeah. No,
okay?
I know.
I love
you can do that, but you're kind of limited to what you can have the dot to something.
Right.
I think you can put whatever, dude.
I couldn't get it, so I was like,
I think you could put whatever.
Poor.evo.
Yeah, and that's what I told Brian.
No, you
I told
can't do
Brian he
whatever.
should do poor.evo.
I tried to buy it. I couldn't.
You couldn't.
It's a limited. There's a limit. Yeah. So .glass apparently.
Oh wait a minute, that's a real one?
That's what you said.
I know, but I didn't. I figured there was no limits. Now you guys are telling me there's limits.
Fake news. Fake news.
There's a limit. There's a limit. I tried to buy .evo.
If
I
two
couldn't do
people
it.
say it and one of you guys have done it, then I agree there's a limit.
No, I .com'd it. I've .com'd surfratglass.com and pour-evo.com.
But you didn't run them off your own platform. You ran them through a third-party site that took cookies from you.
I'm running them through Shopify.
Now you're running Shopify. Were you not on Big Cartel when we were on Big Cartel?
I never did Big Cartel.
Did you do Etsy?
I didn't do Etsy either.
Okay, those
gone
two
straight
platforms,
to Shopify.
Those two platforms steal all of your cookies and all of your analytics. I'm telling you, I think branding, if you're going to dive into branding and really jump into it, the best move is to go your own platform. Don't get me wrong, Shopify still is collecting something there. I believe in that. But I can tell you that you have full grab on your analytics if you choose to take them. On Shopify and Squarespace specifically.
Yeah, I mean, and I think those are both really great platforms. For me, Shopify, I just can understand and upload things quicker.
I think Shopify is like WordPress combined with a retail engine.
It's a robust retail engine, let me tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
it's very
part.
straightforward, though, on being retail. Like, that's where people are pushing to go retail, where I think Squarespace is like secondary that. And it's just now, I'm telling you, Squarespace is just now getting to the point where, like, Kyle, I don't know if you saw this recently, but there was an update where they said now you can set up a subscribers only area on your website. You have to pay for it as part of your plan, but it basically
like login key or something.
What's up?
Do you get and like you give people a login key to access a certain...
They get a username and password of their own by checking out with this item, and then when they get that item, it gives them a username and password to log into the site, and it takes them to other areas where you maybe have like demos and tutorials already recorded and posted that they get access to.
Can't you do that under like private mode or something, and then you could load that?
Yeah, right. No, there's definitely loophole ways to do it. This is a way that records it as an item and that is sold and bought through your store, and then it's set up as a subscription based, so where it's like a year, or 6 months. Like, you can tell them 10 easy payments of $10.99, and they will actually set it up for them to pay like that. So I'm telling you, yes, I agree with you.
Nice.
Yes, that is exactly like locking a private page and then offering a password. But I've done the same thing you're saying with how we should have like 21 and up like access, or 18 and up access on our sites.
Not with the coffee, baby.
Sure. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most people pay a platform to host that for them, and then a company.
Really?
Yeah. So you would pay a company like $16.99 a month, and you give them your domain, and they give you the code to insert into it, and it keeps track of it on like a licensed platform where people are actually, like, if someone was to inspect your page and make sure you are keeping up with that, it would actually do that. Does that make sense? Okay, so
Definitely.
So what I'm telling you is now it's the same type of thing. Is basically what I'm trying to tell you. Is instead, basically what I would have done is I would have set up a banner. Okay, and I would have made the banner say you must be 21 and up, otherwise click yes or no. And I made the yes button link into the homepage. I made the no button link to Google. Okay, so it's the same thing. What I'm telling you is, Kyle, yes, you could set up a private page with a password, but this option is now giving you a legitimate way to do it internally in the website, where you can, bringing it back full circle, it's an internal way to make an item in your retail section now open up a private area of the website when they check out with it, and it's actually keeping log of them as a subscriber to this private area of your site, where I'm saying you could host private classes, like demos that you pre-record on there. So if someone pays like $30 a month, they get full access to this extra tab on your website. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the move, dude. That is a future move. That is
it's almost like a Patreon.
It's a Patreon internally in your website.
Patreon.
Yes, dude, it's an internal Patreon.
I've been having a lot of thought
and you're
towards this
drawing
topic
more traffic
lately.
to your website and not to Patreon.
Yes, it's cutting out the third party. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm on this. I'm about to dive into this. It just advertised it to me today.
That's nice.
I can't remember what it's called, but I'm telling you that I love this program right now, the live stream. Like, I don't get paid for it. And Brian, I know you do 2 podcasts. You don't get paid for them.
No.
No,
Not
you don't.
yet.
I'm being honest. You don't. You do it out of its heart and soul, and you hope that sponsors promote the page and will pay you to sponsor. And you hope that through people buying maybe an item here or two, it pays for it. And that's where I come in and say the subscription program pays because this live stream happens because I have a subscription program. That's what I'm trying to say. So very clearly, like, you're doing the podcast directly out of hoping that sponsors come in and play a part in it, and you hope
and also using my products to sponsor it as well. Like
you see
the Joe Rogan effect.
Yes,
whatever.
exactly. Yeah. You know that you're going to direct traffic directly to your retail site. What I'm telling you is the subscribers paying for the box pay for me to be able to do the stream. So it's like, why not, instead of running Patreon where they're collecting your cookies, why hasn't that already been accessible? Why is this just so new? You know what I mean? I think Shopify may have this already going in it.
Shopify has the subscription thing. I'm going to check on that though. That sounds great. I like that, and it'd be fun with drinks too, like different ways to build different drinks, bring in different baristas or bartenders.
Great idea.
Make sweet drinks for different things.
Well, also think about this. You release episodes early. I love that too. Matthias does that, where he releases episodes early to the Patreon members. I absolutely freaking love
Release
that,
those to the subscribers and to the
so it's
people
like,
that are
where
already
I'm
signed
at,
up.
I'm saying you have this private tab. Private tab maybe has a couple items there that are like even a private tab shirt that's like deliberately for those people on that side of it. I think that's cool too. But very clearly, your original question, Kyle, the website, I think that's the biggest move that I played into the brand so far. And I think that I've seen your website. I think that you and Brian, I haven't seen the Poor Evo. I'm gonna go check it out right now.
It's not live yet. It's gonna be live in the next few days.
Okay, so you both are working on your sites.
Yeah, I mean my site's up, but
your site is sick. I'm on Soji right now.
Well, that goes into the other thing that I was hoping we could chat about was like merchandise and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, so another cool thing that Shopify does is you can plug in on Shopify and have things. Now, I really like what you're doing, Solo, with printing your own. And I mean, granted,
Kyle,
I've
what do
made
you
my
think
own
about
hats
that? Do you think that's profitable? I think that's profitable. What Brian's saying, he's saying he likes that you're doing small print in batches if someone buys a shirt. Like, that's kind of a game plan you have in your head.
Is it profitable?
You've done shirt printing. Like, tell us what you think. I think that's profitable.
I honestly, I have to go get some headphones because this speaker here is just too loud for this microphone.
I'm sitting here on level like 3. I can barely hear you guys. And
you can barely hear me?
No, well, not because you're not loud. It's because I don't have headphones on, so my speakers are blowing into my mic. So I have it low, so I'm not blowing to the mic.
Yeah. So you're in the same boat.
So one cool thing you can do with Shopify, and I like making my own merch, but one thing that Shopify will do is they will do the print on demand, all sorts of different products, totally attached to the Shopify with it's a Shopify type thing, a program that you can run with that. So you can basically brand out and have a bunch of different merch that you're not stockpiling and making, that is made on demand.
Sure, bro, Jason did this. My brother did this. Can I tell you what I think about it truthfully?
Please do. I haven't done it. I'm just saying you can't.
I think doing that through a third-party company, it makes it. You may not be lazy. But I'm telling you, not even you. I'm saying whoever's doing that. But I'm telling you, when you Kyle, I think by doing it himself in his house and having a setup there is going to give him a sense of creative push that he already has to do it. Where I'm telling you, I watched my brother come up with great designs, get a couple printed to promote, obviously, right? But then offer it like that, where a third-party company printed as he took orders. But bro, people don't want to wait for that other company to print the order. You know what I'm saying?
Does it take that long?
So I feel like it demolishes your sales rep. Where I'm telling you, my hustle on shirts, and it sounds crazy, but it's not even a hustle. It's just a real deal how it is. I can only really push my shirts, and this is why I hook the subscribers up with them. I don't know if you know this, but I try to hook the subscribers up with shirts. It nice. Feels like value-wise, it's worth the value to put that in the box, number one. Number two,
I agree.
Number two, I think it helps me keep up with new designs without having to worry to sell all of them.
That's true, and you can do limited quantities, whereas if it was print on demand, there is no limited quantities. Like, I have your 2019 shirts. I really dig them, and I see that they're not out there.
I'll never print it again. I'll never print it again.
So are you still using the same people that you used
I
before?
still use the same people. He just did like 180 for me, and I'm telling you,
Really?
I think like 50 or 60 will probably go to subscription boxes, and those will help pay. The subscription boxes will help pay for a next shirt to be made, which I think is really cool. Like what I'm telling you is, as opposed to sitting here getting shirts made, here's what I'm telling you. Kyle, for example, he wants to sell shirts on his website here and there. He wants to sell shirts. I think Kyle's hustle is to offer a shirt and say we'll ship within 2 to 3 business days, which gives him plenty of time to do it himself in-house. Plenty of time, okay?
Yeah.
And then what I'm telling you is that's the hustle to sell shirts. Where I'm telling you, I bought tons of shirts and tried to sell them, and I did really well, but I still have tons of shirts. Where I'm telling you, I would rather...
But you have subscription boxes, too.
I'd rather more people have my shirts than me have them sitting here not doing anything. And I'm telling you, it comes down to the sizes you order, which I'm telling you, like Kyle doing them 2 order, people are placing.
Tough.
Yeah, Kyle's doing them 2 order. He knows what size to run with. I'm telling you.
I have a little bit of a history of screen printing. That's actually how I got my first glass bomb.
Sure, but bro. What I'm saying is
awesome.
that by you having a link on your website that says we'll ship in 2 to 3 days, and they buy a shirt that you already have printed one of just to test and have like It gives I'm saying it gives you the opportunity to not sit around on stock of printed shit. Where I'm telling you, I bought 20 smalls, 30 mediums, all these random sizes, but now I'm doing like 50 large, 50 XL, and I'm doing like maybe 2 smalls and like 20 mediums. You know what I mean? And I think that's a very clearly, bulk printing is good because it gives you the opportunity to get a shitload of them done, and you can get rid of them quick and get them out into people's hands where your art is being worn, which is really fucking cool, dude. But what I'm telling you is it's not cool to sit around and wait for them to sell. So where I'm at now on the shirts is I'm getting them printed, deliberately putting them into subscription boxes so they can be in people's hands, and the subscription boxes will be able to pay for me to do another shirt design without worrying about selling that previous design out, like selling it out. Where I'm telling you, before I would sit on shirts going, man, I don't want to get a new design done until I sell more of these, you know?
But you're not waiting now.
Now they're going into the subscription boxes. The subscription boxes are worth so much money value-wise to the collector and to me, and the way I can disperse the money. I'm telling you, I try to profit something off of them, but at the end of the day, my profits generally just go back into my business. So now I'm going, dude, I want to make shirts. I don't want to have to worry about selling them. So Kyle wants to make shirts too, and he doesn't want to worry about selling them. But by him having the skill set of shirt printing and having it set up in his crib, he's not worrying about selling them. He just has to have maybe some, 20 larges, 20 medium, like 20 of each side laying around.
Yeah, that allows me to invest more in like more of my time or more of my active funds to work with into like more of a variety, you know what I mean, of unprinted shirts. And then like what I can do then is just like print a few of each one. And I've done a few like already. I have like unreleased shirts that I just been like testing out and whatnot, like tank tops and whatnot. But that I learned from what Jared, honestly, from on his end, where he was, he was like, oh man, I got stuck with this because of this, or something, or like for a certain
extra
reason
small.
And whatnot.
Why the fuck did I order any extra smalls?
Well, yeah, extra smalls and whatnot, or but a lot of it comes down to is like sometimes like with the print and whatnot too, you know what I mean? And so it's like, once you print it, it's like you're committed to that's the shirt that's gonna sell, and it's like who knows if that shirt's gonna sell next year or in 2 years from now.
Brian said it too, though. Kyle, Brian said it too. He said he likes the idea of the limited availability. I'm telling you, if you don't sell out, if you have a shitload of them printed and you don't sell out on a shirt that's labeled 2019, dude, it sounds stupid, but you should pull the shirt, dude, by the end of 2019. Like, even
and that's the other point though too is like as time goes by, different things change and you got to keep it fresh. You know what I mean? And a lot of times merch serves as that catalyst to like change certain things up.
So
you know what I mean? Keep it relevant and keep it sort of like it allows you to stay diverse and like what you think would be pretty cool. I mean, like instead of being like, oh, I should probably do that one of these days for the next round, and instead it's like, oh, well, I can go and enact that right now. I just got to print it out from the computer and burn the screens and get it ready, and then like you're set for that next round. But like that took a lot of of investing and you know, I have a history of screen printing, and like so like I enjoy it, you know, but it also it's I look
Takes
at
time.
it now like it does take time. It does take time, but like once you get a rhythm going, it's not
Do
too
you
bad.
feel
But
that
once
it's worth your time? I mean, because obviously you've got orders, you've got things you got to do, and you're working on making more cups and filling those orders and making, you know, making the machine work. Do you feel that, because I'm a guy with too many irons in the fire already, I'm looking to streamline those irons and make them work for me the best I can possible. So I'm like, if Jared, if you could show that hat, I also did hats, and I'm doing like literally a little glass stamped emblem too, and gluing that on. I don't know if that one has the glass stamp or not. Yeah, so it's got like my glass stickers or my glass stamped branding, and then I'm using the E8000 or whatever, E6000, and like putting that on there.
No, that's really good. Honestly,
are you saying how is he going to streamline the shirt?
No,
I'm saying, is it
what
worth
you're
his
saying.
time?
Yeah, like
He'll
when you have a bunch of these other things going, like, is it really
As
worth
one
your
guy.
time? Your little bit of free time that you
he'll
have.
get an employee, right? Obviously, right?
Yeah, and that's where I was gonna lead into. Whereas like, you know, sure that I can totally understand that because as it is right now, like I've you know I hope to talk about this in a little bit, but
please go into
I'm evolving more into claymation and whatnot. So
tell us all about the claymation, please.
Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But to answer your question, it's yeah, and after a little bit, it's not going to be worth too much more of my time because we're about to have a little girl in November. So it's like I'm not going to have too much available time.
Your time is going to be precious.
Yeah. But at that point, I'm going to be
why this man
hiring
just
on
had to
an
flex
employee down over this way to help with certain things like that. You know what I mean?
Awesome. And that is the next step. I mean, I remember Jared telling me about that too, is bringing someone in, building that team.
Well, and also like, you know, mainly what I'm planning on is I have a friend that's going to be moving out here soon, and he used to blow glass and he does here and there, but you know, he wants to have some way to making extra money, and it's like, sure, just come and screen print shirts, you know what I mean? Like, but I mean, it's committing myself to shirts, but it's also like it's putting the ball in my court, and I'm able to hire. It's like it's an open opportunity for different approaches, but eventually, yeah, it won't. Once we have our baby, it's probably gonna make it a lot harder. But I'm really strict to my schedule. You know, like when I wake up like early in the morning and I make a list every day. I'm too orderly. You know what I mean? So like when it comes to free time, it's not so much free time as much as it is like. Here's a good example. When I go to ship, I screen print my boxes. So
Nice.
like while I'm doing that and everything's hot, once everything's going, it's not that hard. So when I screen print my boxes, I do like 6 or 7 of the different sizes in one go because I'm already doing it and getting it going, so I don't think much of it. But I was a cook for a long time, so I'm really used to multitasking. Like kiln's heating up, I'm printing shirts, I got a list going, you know, breakfast is going and whatnot. Like I'm here by myself all the time.
Your
but
hustle,
we'll see,
your hustle is not printing shirts. Your hustle is blowing glass. But your brand is like a small child right now, and it's begging for you to come into the other room and do something else to it. And that's where you're coming in wanting to make the shirts. It's not like you're sitting here going, I want to revisit some creative journey of my past. You actually are just going, wow, this is another tool in my toolbox. I'm bringing it to the table to use it for a part of this brand, and it's asking for it. It's asking for it. It's
and it also keeps me diverse in what I can screen print on. So now I'm screen printing boxes.
I love the boxes.
My own bags. I can do my own hats.
That's the direction I want to go. Is like packaging. I want more streamlined and better packaging. Not only because the cups are a little more difficult to ship.
Milk bar, Kyle, milk bar, bro.
I want a better one.
Milk.
Yeah.
Their packaging is amazing. It's like white and pink, and it just says the milk logo. It just says milk in font on it in pink font.
And like a pink font.
They sell freaking pies and cakes and shit, and we get this shit delivered and ordered, and we fly to Vegas to eat it, and it's just insane shit. What I'm telling you is I think packaging is the biggest thing you could do publicly out in the world, like not on the digital world. Do you get what I'm saying?
But it works with the website too, because it's that tangible thing. Once they interface with the website, they make the order, and then they do it. So And then once they get the packaging and it makes it so much more legit, that's really where I want to get there. I'm thinking possibly stickers on boxes first, but then it's going to be printed boxes.
I didn't do stickers on boxes. I was doing stamps on boxes.
Stamps is good. Stamps are good.
I was doing stamps,
like
on boxes, and then Kyle said screen printing, and I actually saw a screen printed box, and what I recognized I liked about it was the opacity of the screen print on the box versus the don't get me wrong, you could stamp hard and get it to be thick on there, but it wasn't the same thing. It wasn't the same thing. And then very clearly my favorite thing, and I did this recently. Kyle brought it up. Kyle brought it up to me. And I was like, what the fuck? Why hasn't anybody done that? But the tissue paper, I love the tissue paper, and I have
tissue paper's where it's at.
I have my own Lerk tissue paper, and I think Kyle has one too. Don't you have one?
Oh, I gotta get my own tissue paper. I gotta get my own tissue paper.
Yeah. So having your own tissue paper is way fucking sweet. So like, I wrap the piece in bubble wrap, and this happens in every single subscription box out there. You get your pendant wrapped in the bubble wrap, and it's 2 pieces of bubble wrap, like exactly, and it's like, that's the formula. That's how you hire an employee. You go, dude, I've done this thousands of times already. I've milked this baby. This is how you milk a baby.
This is how you do it. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is straight up, dude, bubble wrap 2 pieces, 1 piece of tissue paper, like folded like a burrito style, and it looks like a little baby burrito, and then the sticker goes on that, like a round sticker you would get from the dentist when you're a little kid.
Whenever I send out to shops, I actually have been including the tissue paper as well.
Nice.
Because it's sort of unexpected, but it allows an opportunity for cross promotion.
I do it with the shops too, but are you saying around the pieces?
No. I leave them uncrinkled and folded nicely.
Wow, that's next level, bro. Okay, I'm telling you, I've been including it with the shops, but like lacing the box with it so that they're like digging through a little shell of tissue paper, right?
No, I like it inside there. No, another thing I've done
to
like brand is I've done the wax stamp too. So I've
love
dripped
that.
the
That's
wax
an amazing idea.
Stamp.
Great idea.
Just because I'm also stamping my pieces with that same logo too, so it kind of is congruent. More with the Surfratglass side, but gonna bring it to the Pour Evo as well.
Well, I think the Pour Evo one is so not futuristic in its look, but in the name of it and its conception. Versus Surfrat is like the nostalgia of who you've been for 20 years now. Pour Evo is so fresh. You could really run with a very like fresh, like very clearly beyond screen printing, like a digitally printed box where it's like direct to cardboard print. You know?
Oh, I like that. Another thing that you mentioned as well, and that I really want to get into is I want to have a cork mat or a mood mat that is for making your coffee on, or for putting your scale on when you weigh your coffee and do all your stuff.
The mood mat.
Yeah, and you mentioned that like your cutout design one was like the best and the most popular, and I think
the option for the mood mat needs to be for yours. If you're wanting function, I'm telling you like a 4-inch to 6-inch coin or disc. And keep it simple for yourself. That way you can put it with every single one. Like because
I've watched you evolve from like burning your logo in and writing your logo with hot glass to now like
yes, exactly.
Cool
That's
to see
what
the
I'm
evolution.
saying. Go fresh. Go new age. But very clearly, what I'm telling you is when it comes down to it, I think a big part of branding and a big part of moving that new product is selling a mood mat. So you should have an artistic mood mat that you offer on your site for sale.
Yep.
But with your design there and wanting one that maybe fits to the cup, getting a single colored screen print one done that's just white ink on the black mood mat in like a 4 to 6-inch disc, and it just be a circular version of your logo. And it says something like whatever you're saying is, but very clearly that's the one that you give with the cup. When someone buys a cup, it comes with it in there, like includes complimentary mood mat, and then that's those are cost effective to include with a design in a cup. Like
because when people go to take a picture of it, they're gonna take a picture of it on the mood mat with your logo on it.
You're blessing these new buyers with something that they're like,
and your website.
Yeah, it's good for the website.
You should totally get your website on there if you're going to put it on the mat.
Yeah.
Because when people are going to take a picture of it, you don't want to have them just have the logo. You want to be able to have like
sure. And the way of branding, I'm saying having access to it free in the box is really fucking special for the new branded item to be getting out there harder than ever. And what I'm saying is the artistic ones, like a cutout, like a die cut, that's something you should offer as like not even just limited edition, but like limited designs in the edition, limited colors. Like you should break it down into aspects like that. Like I'm doing that Lerk head right now in 3 colorways, and then that's probably it. I did an icy one, I'm doing a fiery one, and an earth one. And
how many of each?
What's up?
How many?
100 of each.
Okay.
So it's like, and that's I think that was their minimum, was 100 of each. And then now that I'm doing those shows, like the meet and greet, I'm doing these meet and greets every month at different stores. It's the flyer is part of it now too. So I'm putting in an order for mood mats, and I'm putting in the shop flyer with it too, and getting an order of those done.
Awesome.
But I think your mood mat hustle is where it's at. I think it's a great move to add into your brand. Very clearly, I think the screen printing or like branded boxes and packaging is, dude, that's so futuristic in our industry, dude, and not a lot of people do it.
So important, but it's been around. So I don't know if you remember, but like Jerome Baker, there was an interview. It could have even been in Slinger's movie. I'm not sure, but they talked about when they actually had Jerome Baker boxes, they like quadrupled their sales.
Yes. When he
just
said,
the
when
move to having a
bongs in
branded
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where it's at. We all need to be paying attention to that.
Sure.
Just up our whole level of our industry.
That's what I was going to say. I hope
and
you believe in that.
And it ups the level at the shops and everything else, and it leads to less breakage.
I think companies like Heavy still do that too. They put their or no, you know who it is? It was like Medicali. Medicali, I think is who it was.
Yeah.
I like those pieces. I would smoke the shit out of that. I don't remember them. I love a tube that's like 22 mil on the mouthpiece.
I like a more narrow tube for sure.
Versus someone hitting like a 44 or a 50. You know what I'm saying?
50, like how Ruhr would like do those crowns and
yeah, you're like up in it. You're like up in it.
You're like, how do I put my nose in between these nubs? And it's like,
yeah, never was a fan of that.
I love Ruhr, but I like a smaller mouthpiece on all my pieces.
So where ultimately, where do you guys see the idea of marketing and merchandising yourselves? Where do you see that taking you to? Because I see people in the industry right now that are doing, like, obviously, like Elbow's doing the toys and the stuffed animals. Do you guys, he obviously wants to stay within the community of like art collectors doing these limited edition drops. Brian, I think your potential is to go like your own stores, even with coffee and stuff.
I think so, man. So like some of my first jobs were working in restaurants and coffee shops. I opened the first Starbucks and helped open that in Summit County. I've been going to coffee shops even since I was like in high school and middle school. I would like save up my lunch money and go to coffee shops, and I'm into it. So I would be into opening a coffee shop with that thing, or working with a coffee shop and doing basically pop-ins and doing like a 2-week or a show in a coffee shop and basically take it over.
Great idea.
Do grinds, do samples. And then obviously I'd love to go to the glass shows and serve free coffee samples.
Great idea.
Bring it up.
Because I mean, well, it would be like, bro, sorry to interrupt you. It would be like Black Rifle Coffee Company with the firearm community. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I'm going to be all about the glass community.
Yes.
Well.
What I'm saying is if you make your actual coffee names in the packaging somehow connected to the glass community in a way, when you go to these shows and market it, you'll have glass blowers worldwide buying your coffee the same way people that shoot guns buy Black Rifle Coffee Company.
And more than just coffee too. I'm big into tea. I like bubbly waters. I like different specialty drinks as well. I have a degree in like health coach stuff, so I like kombucha and all that other stuff too. So I'm into it. I like beverages.
Kyle, what do you think about yours? I see your brand have the potential to go into toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so repeat what you said about with Elbows.
I was asking, where do you see the future of your brand going through merchandising and marketing? Do you see it going into a mainstream, almost like franchisable market, or do you see it going into more of like trying to keep it real niche and go with limited edition drops for the next like 10 or 20 years of your artistic career, and then retire and let the unavailability of the product continue to guide your future well-being and existence? Like people, Brian franchising the coffee shop. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess like what I have in mind right now is like a little different. It's kind of like I'm looking at trying to slowly sort of take down the barriers of like who we're marketing to, and still keep with the roots of like functionality and whatnot, but I would like to breach over the fence and start. When I think of what Soji will eventually be, I like envision like a little bit farther along claymation, but into like animation and whatnot, and still holding its roots. So that way, the functional pieces are held to a bit of its own like rarity versus like the whole overreach of Soji is farther than that. But that's down the line from
Are you saying
what
go to
I
a 2D
envision
world?
it to
You want
be.
to go to 2D with it?
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to go to 2D with it. Right now I'm doing it with claymation, and it's still it's still rough, man. I've been doing claymation now for a little over a year, and
Do you
I'm
have a
having
link
fun
to
with
any
it.
of your videos? Are any of your videos on YouTube?
No, no.
Damn.
YouTube. One on my Instagram.
I was gonna say I would drop the YouTube link here right now. I could drop it and we could.
Yeah,
watch it.
I haven't started the claymation
Will you
YouTube,
explain
but I should.
claymation? What that kind of idea of that is?
It's stop motion animation essentially. It's like you move it a little bit, take a picture, move it a little bit, take a picture, move it a little bit, take a picture, and it becomes even more difficult when you start to have the objects leave the ground or like do things that are outside of the realm of gravity, or like what you can sculpt it to be, or what you can try to play with a visual trick on the eye or perspective that you're viewing and taking the picture of it at. Outside of that, that's when it starts to become more technical and going in and trying to clean things up, and sort of like there's a bunch more techniques. Essentially, what you're doing though is like you're taking something that's like a simplistic thing, such as frame by frame by frame, and making very principle based special effects.
Okay.
And then it's like an editor's like dream, the way that I look at it.
You're doing it
because
through photographs?
through photographs, yeah. So like individual photographs. And lately I've been learning little shortcuts to make it a little bit faster, but I tried to have one in on time for this most recent drop on Positive Vibes, but it just I was just kept on swimming upstream trying to get it ready on time. So
Is that what you're gonna? Are you gonna? Okay. Very clearly, this is where I'm gonna throw you a bone here, dude. Bro, the idea of having your website have the like subscriber based page, you could let them get access to these episodes and do a legitimate like weekly claymation episode. That's your subscription. You know how I've discussed this with you about doing a subscription box for Soji. What if and you're telling me straight up, you're like, I want to take Soji in a 2-dimensional direction. Fuck the box, bro. Don't even tread in my water, baby. Get out of here. Get out of here. What I'm saying is you need to run it to a 2-dimensional subscription based. This is the angel guiding its wings through on my back into your freaking office right now, dude. You need to run a subscription based channel on your website that is username and password based 100% and allows access to like a weekly claymation episode that unlocks something, or like if you have all the passwords from all the episodes, it gives you an opportunity to win some sort of prize or something. You know what I mean? Like involve the viewer in it to the same way to have a giveaway or something, But holy shit, man, there's your move, is to like open the 2D to a paying market that is able to help you continue doing your art. That's how I feel about the shirts. Ultimately, bringing it back to the shirts is it's hard to sell your art. It's hard to sell your art, but if you have people that
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but like I mean to say that in the condition of what you were saying with what Elbow is doing with in comparison to like his
art,
toys he's been doing. But like, okay, so I've been talking about this with not people like you and a couple other friends here and there about the concept of the toy, and it's like it's pretty. Like, you could look at it from a bunch of different perspectives, okay? And but when you really try to appreciate it the most that you can, it's coming at it from a very like advanced level of art market. It's very advanced
that's my
to
point.
be able
He's
to
gonna
offer
stick
something
to
like
though,
that.
for the next 10
and
years.
Dude, it pisses everybody off. And dude, it's really hard to piss off people in the art market when it comes to like things like that versus like very small petty things, you know, like so I find it interesting. It's dancing at high frequency, and so
Kyle,
and I appreciate it. You know,
I appreciate
what
too,
he's
but
doing.
I'm looking at him as someone who already had 120,000 followers going into that.
Yeah,
True.
no, I see that too, and that's I mean, okay. So let me ask you this: do you think he was originally thinking that when he was at like 10?
I think that by the age, I can tell you as someone who came up paying attention to Basquiat, that type of artwork when I was 16, 17, 18, legitimately, like having kids who were in like the performing arts programs in high school. Like I went to a high school that focused on a different magnet program, but Gibbs High School, a bunch of friends that went to Gibbs for PCC.
Yeah. I went to Bay Point. I took the bus there.
As well as like illustration and drawing and painting, all that shit. What I'm telling you is those kids put me on Keith Haring, Andy Warhol, Basquiat, all that shit. And I'm telling you, I saw that shit at 15, 16, 17 and knew that I wanted to do some weird avant-garde shit, dude. I'm telling you, I don't think Elbow was sitting there at 15, 16, 17 saying, I'm going to make dinosaurs. But I can tell you, I'm pretty sure he grew up in Philly. I could be completely wrong on that, but I think he's from Philly. And that's,
I don't necessarily mean like dinosaurs
in
in particular. I mean in the sense of like doing art on that kind of like
I think he did 100%.
caliber.
I think that him at 15, 16, and 17.
Yeah, and I don't think how many followers he has plays a bearing on like the overall vision.
No,
I
think the followers he has weighs a bearing on the amount of people commenting and shit as well. Number one, not heavily, but number one. Number two, I think it has a lot to do with the accessibility of his art in homes. And in vehicles on the road, and at gas stations, and at restaurants, and at bars, and at smoking lounges and shit all over the world, dude. Where I'm telling you very clearly, on your level, I think it's so hard. And I'm telling you, as someone who is near your level right now with my brand, it is very hard. And Brian's saying this. He wants to show up to a glass show and give free coffee out. I love that idea too. What I'm telling you is branding yourself and marketing yourself this is the culmination of our conversation here the entire night. Branding and marketing yourself the right way puts you in a position to where you're not fighting for your life while getting your message out there. And that's why I say a subscription box is perfect to be able to continue printing shirts and putting new designs out there, because I can include it in the box with a paid subscription that is guaranteeing the shirt is going to be making money. All I got to know is the sizes of the subscribers. And if they kind of hold true every month, then I can kind of make sure that everyone has the size they need. Where what I'm telling you is you're not taking this route with shirts. You might get shirts printed. I know that. But what I'm saying is you have the ability to do it yourself. But what you don't have the ability to do right now, and I could be wrong, is sell your claymation videos, and you barely have the time to make it.
No, I'm not saying on doing that right now. What your question was what do I see like in the long run, and that's what I was looking at was.
You're saying you want to go 2D in the long run.
In the long run, I'd like to incorporate it more. Is what I would like to do. I don't want to like solely have that paying my bills, but I would like
no. But what I'm saying
have that as an extra.
Sure, it's extra. It's a diversity to your income, to your flow of income. What I'm saying
it develops his character too.
Sure, it evolves the character.
It's also building like a storyline behind it. It's creating
behind what the character represents.
Context, a voice.
Okay.
What kind of attitude does it have?
It's a connection to more than just somebody that uses it functionally too.
And also like different. There's like different color Sojis. There's like different attitudes. There's a lot of things in like all of our cultures that we've grown up with that are like similar little like blurb little things that all have their own like the 12 dwarves, you know what I mean? They all have their own sort of attitude, but they're all like mimicked off the same concept. It was 12, 7, I don't know.
I think it was 12 Smurfs.
It's Smurfs. That's a great one. So like Smurfs is an even better idea. They're just little like tiny little like all basic animation like features, but they all have their own attitudes, you know what I mean? And so like and it gives context, you know what I mean? They're fun and they're playful, but you know, like, what do Sojis sound like? And, like, I had somebody ask me today, like, yo, what's a Sojet and what's a Sojetti? So I kind of went into it, and I'm like, man, I want to give people an experience of, like, what these things are in the long run, just to give it context. And I don't see that as, I see that being the boat guiding the ship, down the road when it comes to trying to do what I was saying earlier and try to like start to like peek over that fence of what the normal marketable,
Are you not
what
already
the normal
making this
glass
content,
market
though?
is.
Yeah.
What?
Are you?
Yeah,
not
I've already started.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is in the process
Oh.
of trying to fucking pay your bills and put diapers on
Thumbs
your
up.
baby, dude, and you barely have time to break free to do the claymation. You should be able to give it. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
you shouldn't be making money on
Or
it.
even
I'm saying,
behind the scenes process.
I'm just saying you should be able to give it your all and not question taking care of your family and continuing making art. So what I'm saying is like, instead of having a subscription box program, which I'm not saying you don't want to go 3-dimensional, but the subscription box for me allows me to put a pendant in there every time that guarantees access to what I feel is I like 3-dimensional culture. That's where my art I see in the future is going 3-dimensional. I see toys. The 3D printed toys that I did a few years ago, I still produce and put in boxes just as a...
Oh yeah, no, I dabble with Blender all the time.
Sure,
now.
sure. But what I'm saying, I know that you say you like that, but dude, I've seen your claymation. That shit is art, dude. That is art. And what I'm saying is it's hard to put, like, you're putting your heart and soul in that. I can see that. What I'm saying is it's hard to do that for a long time and say one day I'll make money on it when you could have a digital subscription base to new episodes that are paying for that time it's taking you to even just...
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say is I feel like early on right now, your branding of what, like Brian wants to go into potentially doing pop-up shows at coffee shops, maybe even franchising somehow a brand of coffee or a location. I'm telling you right now, the best thing I heard him say is he wants to show up to trade shows and give out coffee to glassblowers. And I'm thinking to myself, you're making and I said this to you earlier, that shit is not Chinese at all, dude. Like everything about that is American made. So the fact that you're not... Okay, well, go on.
Can I sneak in? Okay, I see where you're
all
going
I
with
say
this.
real quick before you say it is Evo's branded logo is very clean, and I've been telling you futuristic, but I think the more you could connect it with glassblowers, there's soft glass, there's bead makers, there's lamp workers, there's freaking stained glass makers. I'm telling you, the more you could connect your brand of coffee and the product that you're making, which is very handmade, with glass. In the way of the name, like you could call one stained glass, and that's like the light roast, stained glass light roast. And
Ooh,
it's
I like it.
You know what I mean? Go on, Kyle.
Thanks. Go on, Kyle.
No, but Kyle, I really do think if you develop the claymation, and I'm a big claymation fan, but you're developing this character and you're making it a bigger appeal to, like, I mean, kids could love your claymation character, not
so
really
good.
know the pipe is it,
Yeah.
and then they'd want the T-shirt, they'd maybe want a specialty sticker that you made,
yes,
and then maybe they'd want a 3D toy of it too, and then their parents
that's free.
would have their piece as well, and so you're expanding your audience, yet still banking and you're reinforcing it with your glass product.
By providing the context of Soji and like around what Soji does, it provides more outlets for different opportunities for different products.
That's how I feel about the toy. I feel like the toy is a
direct
stupid toy.
target market. So yeah, no, in a but that's what I mean. Like the toy. I guess what I'm saying.
Are we on the same page? Elbow is marketing the toy to like grown men that collect like cars and all that shit. Correct? Are we on the same page?
I mean,
yes.
Okay,
before it was dinos,
obviously, what I'm telling you, Kyle, is I see Lerk, I see and hear more. And I said this before, bro. I love that my main collector's market is grown men that work hard-ass fucking 9-to-5 jobs. And their kids are who wants the Lerk toy.
Yes, and that's okay. So I'm not taking so Elbow's dinos don't have any context behind what I'm trying to say. So like those dinos are hot and they sell amongst that target market because that's the appeal that Elbow himself puts out as his direct market. We've spoke about that before. But the concept of how innocent Soji is and how funny it is and how cute it is, it already naturally starts to breach the borders amongst everyone, And by providing more context and by providing more context into like the background of what Soji is, it allows people to have different things to grip onto, or it allows people to think something is, oh, that's funny. Oh my God, when he does that face.
Homie says we
I
need to
love
make
it.
onesies.
It allows people to like connect to it, and then in doing so, these context allows new merchandise that comes out. You know, like new episodes come out, and it's like a sort of like there's like an inside joke in it, and it like this sounds like a little bit technical, but where my head is and where I'm envisioning this 5 years down the road from now, it will eventually work its way out. But as it is right now, I've been working on the ground floor of it. I've been doing the claymation now for about a year, and I'm still learning. I've been acquiring equipment for it. I've been buying programs for it, and I'm sort of like following what I envision it to be, but I'm also trusting that the fact that once my vision starts to play out, it will do. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm getting tired, man. But once it starts to play out more, it will start to develop along with
the brand.
I don't know. I lost myself. I'm getting tired, you guys. I'm sorry.
I feel all I'm saying is dude, look, dude, people are saying in here, Lerk onesies, Soji onesies, dog toys, stuff figures.
Right.
What I'm saying
Yeah.
is that ultimately what I'm saying is it's too hard
Soji
to lump
dog
yourself.
toy.
It's just too hard to lump yourself into the. It's too hard to not. Okay, it's too hard to lump yourself with how good of a product you have and how creative you are with your claymation. I've seen the videos. It's too hard to lump yourself into the art market and not make money off it and put yourself in that bracket of people who are, and not even that they make money, but put it in a way where people can consume it and feel good that they spent money on it, is what I'm saying. I think that's a profitable thing for people. People want to spend money on something that they feel good about. They feel good about your brand, bro. It's not a cool guy sport with you. It's like it's a everyone can access it. It's got creative flow. It's cute. It's funny, and their kids like it too, dude. I feel the same way about Lerk, and I know that's where your brand's at.
I've got an interesting example of this. So I know a lady who just makes dot artwork. She does bigger paintings. They're expensive. They're just dots. They're dots on dots and different dots. She also paints a bunch of different electric boxes around town. Jared, you've probably seen these. They're like electric boxes with dots on them and different things. Her main sales is like quilt patterns with dots on it, or different like fabric with dots on it. And she's taken her art, and it's not really that she's selling the original painting, but she's selling all the different things with the dots on it, and it's developing that narrative and that character where it appeals to a broader audience than can afford the actual piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an interesting part there, and it's like it's tough to make that leap, but I feel like you've developed it, and the character and everybody likes it, and I think it's worthwhile to develop that and like take that step. Now with the claymation and the animation, it's tough, man. I'm a guy who has a bunch of irons in the fire as well, and it's hard to know which one's going to be most worthwhile your time. And you're saying you're really good at proportioning your time, but at some point you're gonna have to figure out what is the most, where you can put that time.
I agree. Honestly, I am kind of like, I'm cutting myself pretty thin. I don't really get much sleep, and I work so hard all the time. but no, you're totally right.
Yo, I know we've kept you long. I'm sorry, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like so tired.
I brought the wheel in, everybody. I brought the wheel in.
Oh yeah, everybody's still in for the wheel.
Everyone's been hanging out for 2 hours. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
By this, it's good.
I told you guys
AC in here the whole time.
Sorry, we went an hour and 20 minutes over.
Yeah, no, I got lost in my conversation there for a minute, man. I was starting to explain things fairly well.
You're all good, dude. You're all good. You're all good. I'll ultimately leave it here. All I'm saying is your brand is begging for more than just your cup. When I saw you at Vegas, you had two pieces. Ultimately, I know you had other shit. You had two pieces. You had a fucking pendant and you had the cup. What I'm saying is I've never seen you make cooler art than I've seen your claymation video that's on your Instagram. And the way of coolness, what I mean is like, wow, this is something that's executed currently at a level that is really creative and somewhat refined. I know you said you're like, oh, I got the fucking graph on there. And
I'm
shit.
still honestly, it's
What
yeah,
I'm
it's
saying though,
scary.
what I'm saying though is that the way you envision it and what you're putting into it to be making no money doing it, it shows me that if there was a business plan for it, it would be executable. And
Well, I
and
mean,
I'm telling you
honestly,
there
if
is.
whenever I get an employee, I will be able to have a little bit more
I just feel like a
open
digital
time.
subscription is a crazy thing to not do with that. That is like, don't release them any other way, you know?
Yeah.
It even something you can work. And honestly, this just hit me now. You're like, I wanted to do one for Positive Vibes. Dude, you work one with Positive Vibes where you tell him like, hey, I want to give early access before you do the public drop to everybody that signs up, and we're gonna drop the claymation of your video with those people on the subscription list first. And because someone said this in my comments earlier, you should give early access to your subscribers to merchandise. I'm telling you, even with stores, if you like linked in with stores, you're like, yo, I got the subscription program. There's like 40 to 50 people in it. Let's go ahead and put your claymation video that you would have gotten for the drop. Dude, nobody does anything like that, bro. Nobody does a claymation video, number one. Number two, what I'm saying is if you gave people early access to all of your work in that way, holy shit, bro. That's a crazy way to get it. And Brian's in the same boat too. Brian could offer like new coffees. New coffees to people. And win a pour over every month. Like he gives away a pour over every month or something, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely want to do a subscription program. I want to make some little pendants that are shaped like these guys too, with maybe like a coffee bean stuck in there. All sorts of
there you go. Oh, no. Dude, knowing you, the coffee bean Millie.
The coffee bean Millie is going to happen, and also some coffee bean jewelry.
But I'm saying how
Kinaroo
Kinaroo used to do the bag fish. You do the bag, like the pour over, or like a coffee bag. And it's like a little coffee bag. And so it's like, homie caught the bag, dude. Homie's got the bag.
Secure the bag.
He secured the bag. And so it's like the fold. You have to do the fold of the coffee bag.
Ooh, I like that.
With like the little braces that come around, the little plastic braces, and then the pendant loop somehow acquires to that, but inside the Millie could represent whatever at that point. That's even another cool thing is you do then you give away, then you subscribe to coffee bags. Inside the subscription coffee bag, like a little sample size, like how you can get those little small travel size bags of coffee. Inside of one out of like 50 is a pendant. And they all maybe have pendants even. Fuck it, they all have pendants. But inside the package, one pendant has a Millie that means you win a pour over.
Yeah.
Like the pour over Millie.
Yeah. That's going to happen too. I'm stoked on that.
Leafy Kid says, give subs early access to Pendy drops and other work.
I agree. Let them cherry pick some.
Yo, I'm about to spin this right now. Just so everybody knows, this is the end of the show. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know we've chilled for almost 2.5 hours now, but we're giving away a crushed opal. This is crushed opal, citrine from Glass Alchemy, and royal jelly Lerk head. I can give you a better
Such
shot.
a sweet piece.
It's a little dark in here right now. Maybe I can turn a light on. Hold on.
I love how you've been using more crushed opal in your pieces.
As much as I can.
As much as you can, and obviously it's received well.
So functional Lerk head. That
citrine's nice.
Crushed opal.
Nice.
It's just hard to see in the camera, but it's there, I promise. And then Heady Love also threw down. We have a 3D printed. I think this is like maybe a dab tool stand.
Nice.
And then he also gave in a mood mat. Heady Love mood mat. There's a show going on, Lerk show, next month, at the end of next month at Heady Love in Texas. Shout out to Heady Love, shout out to Orlando. This is in San Antonio. We're going to have mood mats and merchandise for the show. He also threw in a Salt Karma collab tee, which is super sweet, and a Heady Love t-shirt, as well as a dab tool. So one winner is going to win the Heady Love pack. We got a 3-month winner winning the functional Lerk head. And then we also have the torch kit, the glass blowing torch kit. Which,
what? All in this giveaway, or these are separate?
All
giveaways?
in this giveaway.
Whoa. I'm going for it.
Yeah, dude. And then
inspirational.
What I'm telling you is the Bobcats have been on back order for a couple months. So the past like 2 or 3 winners have not gotten their torches yet. But the homie Kyle and I talk about this. The homie Miller at Mountain Glass. I'll go ahead and drop the Mountain Glass ad too. They it's not much, but it's a little something.
Shout out Mountain Glass.
Yeah,
They're awesome.
shout out
One of my
Mountain Glass,
favorites.
dude. These guys have like the best customer service in the tool merchandise raw material side of it. It's way easy to deal with these guys. They always know your name and phone number because they actually have a digital processing service that like shows the customer that's calling.
Their website's great to use too, really easy.
Yeah, the
website's I like how you
easy.
see the prices right there on everything, as opposed to.
I
Like,
usually try and pull the website up, but I don't know if I can pull it up right now. I do not have the link here in my OBS, but more or less, this torch has been on back order. But Mountain Glass reached out to me. They actually want to sponsor the show, so they are now an official sponsor of the show, and they have included as a sponsor to whoever wins the torch gets a year subscription to their color club. So you get 30% off all color from all the brands. You get 30% off all clear, and I think you get like 10 and 20% off tools and other stuff like kilns and torches and stuff. So it's a pretty good. Yeah, Chad says he's waiting on his Bobcat.
Stock up.
Great guys.
Stock up.
Yeah, stock up, dude. It's like 30% off all color, which is a crazy good deal. And I mean, that's pretty close to wholesale on the color. And then I think you also get clear 30% off. And they're way directive. They really help everybody. So let's go ahead and get the wheel going. Let's get the wheel going.
Bennett.
So we're picking 3 tickets, and basically the tickets that we pick are the tickets we pick. If you are a 3-month subscriber, that's the only way you can win the functionals. You have to be a 3 months. You have to have continuously have been subscribed for at least 3 months to win the functional, just so everybody's fully aware on that. So we're going to pick 3 tickets, put them up on the Instagram, and you have up to 5 days to claim it. And then we'll pick other tickets if nobody hops in.
Nice.
I honestly have given away the torch like 4 or 5 times now, and every month someone is not here to claim it. And then they end up either getting skipped, or maybe they do claim it, but usually they get skipped, unfortunately. All right, so we got one ticket, okay? I'm going to scramble it up and hit 2. Alrighty, number 2. Yo, it's been a great show. Thank you guys for hanging out and going past your bedtimes. Much appreciated.
Ooh, you're good, man. You just had me rambling on claymation earlier.
Yeah,
It is.
It's
late in Florida.
Bro, I hate to say it, but honestly, I talked to you about your brand. I'll get to the tickets here in 2 seconds. I talked to you about your brand when you first got it going. I definitely helped push you away from making hollow vessel glass, just vessels and shapes, functional vessels, and then going into a sculptural form that represented the hollow vessels you liked making, but also represented like a part of you. And I remember telling you originally, like, how me having Lerk opened me up to other things that maybe I did think of or never thought of, but things that I wanted to do artistically that I didn't have the chance to because I was always having to blow glass. What I'm saying is man, you almost claim you getting lost in the claymation tangent that's good, dude. You're into it, and it's something that without Soji, we wouldn't be fucking talking about it right now, dude. Like, we wouldn't be talking about it happening. So like your interest in it is very cool. Yes, your knowledge of it, cool. The fact that you're doing it with a character that you've made, and it's you're literally able to get off the torch and go do this, that's amazing. The where you have to reconnect yourself with why you're making Soji and how you're keeping it alive, you gotta be aware that okay, I'm gonna take off on this creative thing that includes this and involves this, and it's a hobby and fun right now, but I'm only gonna keep it going. And it sounds selfish, but it's the truth, man. You have to be able to distinguish as an artist who's not you don't have your parents' money leading you down your path, dude. As an artist that is making money on their own accord and waking up every day to pay their bills, you have to ask yourself, is this worth my time? Am I financially able to prosper off this? And yes, in the future you are. You're learning right now to be able to do it in the future. But you have at least 10 to 20 people I know in my feed alone that would subscribe to even a $5 or $10 a month digital release of a 2-minute claymation, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're that's why I wanted to get you off on that tangent, because I wanted to hear your true. I understand that and this goes for both of you. I understand, Kyle, you're not going to dive into claymation right off the get-go.
I'm not going like all into it, but it was just something I envisioned down the road I would like to
Man,
do
you got
more
some time
of
in it either way,
just-
though, bro. And then Brian, I think his move is to push it. He's in a community of glassblowers, and he's the one making the product. He's not outsourcing to China. He's not trying to make it look unbranded. He's trying to make it a memorable item. So, it's the same thing, like I said, with the firearm community, with guns. There's a coffee company called Black Rifle Coffee Company, and every fucking gun store I've gone to has Black Rifle Coffee Company for sale. Your coffee should be in D&L for sale right at the counter. Your coffee should be at Mountain Glass on their website on their counter.
Or at Positive Vibes.
Or in Positive Vibes. What I'm telling you is it's a coffee.
Or,
you could call one like
Dazed. Just as much.
You could call one Dazed and Confused, and it could be like a hemp infused coffee. Yeah, exactly. Put that one in your fucking pipe and smoke it, baby. You feel me? So it's like, dude, I feel like your hustles, both of you all have hustles right now going for you that are so, like, not small, but you are just now diving into the diversity of your character model and of your business plan. The diversity, the potential of diversity. And Brian, you're doing your podcast where you can promote and brand yourself, but it's not fluidly bringing income to your coffee. Where I'm telling you, I think your hustle now. I don't know how you get your own beans brewed and shit like that, dude. But there's got to be some hustle there.
I have friends that have.
You got to do something there, bro. And I'm telling you, Kyle, your hustle is insanely deep in creativeness and man, branding yourself on that in a digital sense it's an infinite way to recoup income on an idea. Is to digitally brand something. You can sit there and sell it and sell it and sell it and sell it, and it's fucking nuts, dude. So it's like you both are wild, dude. Yo, the first number is 2. This is for the Heady Love prize pack, okay? Shirt, mood mat, little dab tool, as well as a I don't know what the hell it is, dude. I think it's a dab tool holder, maybe. What is this? I thought it was maybe a marble holder, like that. But it's very narrow at the base. So this side, I was like, oh, you can put your tool across it, your dab tool or something. Heady Love. Shout out Heady Love. The dude donated.
Looks cool.
Titanium dab tool. It looks like a screwdriver.
Nice.
And then the Heady Love shirt and the Salt Karma collab shirt. 212-399. I'm going to type it in the comments here so people can see what it is. And I'm writing what it is afterwards. Heady Love prize pack. Shout out Orlando. July 30th is the Lerk show, San Antonio, Texas. Right next to the Alamo, baby. I got a hotel right next to the Alamo. I'm excited.
Nice.
This is an opportunity. See, I wanted to travel, dude. I want to travel. I've never really gotten to travel my whole life. An opportunity with the brand here that I'm doing is to be able to travel to a few different places throughout this year. San Antonio is one of them. What the hell? Never thought I'd end up at the Alamo, but I guess that's a sweet one, dude. I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and he goes to the Alamo in that movie. So it's like, I'm all about that.
That's awesome.
Okay, this is for the rig, the Lerk Functional. You must be a 3-month subscriber. Oh, Chris White says it's a Q-tip holder. Chris White,
okay.
yes,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a Q-tip holder. Okay, here we go. Functional Lerk 3-month subscriber only, and you have to prove it. You have to prove it by sending me a screenshot of your 3 months payments, which is it's not hard to do that. Alrighty, 212-388. Wow, dude, we got 212-399 and 388, dude.
Hey.
This is Lerk's out of Colorado, made in Colorado.
Yeah, made in Colorado, baby. Brian is also out of Colorado, and Soji Cup Kyle is from Florida.
So it's late for him right now.
Yeah, it's like way past his bedtime. His girl's
dude. I'm usually up by like 5 in the morning
when you get in here.
I'm usually up at like 5 in the morning. So I'm asleep.
Oh, I'm with you. We're just 2 hours different. That's where we're both at. We didn't realize it's 11:30 there right now, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
With the lateness.
It's only 9. Dude, the sun just set here like 20 minutes ago.
I feel so lame
SLC poor.
With saying like, oh, it's 11:30. I'm like practically falling asleep.
Hey, SLC poor, we got a winner for the Heady Love pack. Heady Love pack winner.
Hey,
SLC
all right.
poor, hit me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM into the back of your ticket, please. Functional Lerk head for 3-month subscriber. Only.
303.
Okay, so this is 212-388. You won the Functional Lerk head if you are a 3-month subscriber. SLC poor, I'm not sure if you're 212-388 or 399, but confirm that, please. That is the Lerk Head 3-month subscriber, SLC Pour. You are up in it. If you are a 3-month subscriber, you're good to go. And then the final prize, which is tonight's glass blowing beginner's torch kit featuring a GTT Bobcat, tools, glasses, regulators, lines, basically everything you need to get going except for the propane and the oxygen. 212-407. Big winner.
212-407.
Oh, SLC
Damn,
Pour is the
SLC
3-month
Pour won the
subscriber winner.
functional.
SLC Pour, can you confirm 3 months? I believe you have been. I don't know why I've seen your name every month, of course. SLC Pour, can you confirm it? Here we go. SLC Pour, we're just trying to confirm. Oh, okay, acrylic pourer. Brian, you did some of this stuff, the acrylic paint pouring.
Nice.
SLC Pour, are you 3 months? Are you 3 months? We're going to find out. We have some winners here. Either way, just so everybody knows, if nobody claims these in the next couple days, I think it's 5 days actually, the rule here, we're going to pick a new winner. So shout out to, oh, it's Haley Courtwright. Yeah, that's what I thought. SLC Pour is Haley Courtwright. Okay, duh. Thank you,
Awesome.
Johnny. Yo, Haley has actually been subscribed for like over a year.
Awesome.
And her man has too. So shout out to you both. And I think they won a functional Lerk a couple months ago. Honestly, I think they won the last one. They're two. I could be wrong. Maybe they won 2 times ago. They are repeat winners though, I believe. And I think they won a head rig.
Really? It pays to subscribe.
I could be wrong. Yeah, it pays to subscribe. And then very clearly, just so everybody knows it again, 212-407. You won a torch kit. Mad love. So, yo, I hope everybody had a
Nice.
great night. Yo, shout out to you guys for staying awake this whole time. If you guys don't know the name, Surfratglass, Soji, Cup, a.k.a. Solo Glass, a.k.a. Kyle. Mad
And
love
check
to you,
out
bro.
the new account on Instagram, pour_Evo.
Pour_Evo. Go at it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
pour-evo.com.
There it is. There it is. Yo, big W, baby. Big W. Johnny, big W. Much love, bro. Yo, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great night. You guys can hang tight for a second. I'll go ahead and get the stream done. Take care, y'all. Until next month. Next
You guys
month,
have a good one.
the show will most likely be on the 31st next month. I will be returning from Texas that day. So we will be most likely going live on the return from the Texas show in San Antonio at Heady Love. You can check out the flyer for that on the Instagram right now at Lerk the World. It's Lerk_the_world. You can also see it on lerktheworld.com. Merchandise drop on Friday. New shirt drop on Friday. Hope every